We will be ranking the best NBA Finals performances of all time. Now, this isn't a singular game. These are the best Finals performances over a series. So, what individuals put together the best series? Now, it's a lot that you can go to. I mean, obviously, you have Bill Russell, Mars. Bill Russell, you got Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, obviously LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan, dare I say Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? I don't know, but today we will rank the top 10, and it's going to be interesting to see who ends up in that top 10 and who gets snubbed. Before we do anything, though, fellas. Hi.
What's up? Good morning,
You muted,
everyone.
Ron G, what it is,
Good,
brother?
John.
How you running?
Cool.
I got one thing to say, and I wish Big Ox was up here.
He'll be here.
I gotta-
he'll be
Hold
here.
on to it, Drenchy. Hold on to it, Drench.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I want everybody in the chat know too. I got a long flight on my private jet, so before I get started, I will tolerate no Angel Reese slander. Period.
BET Award,
Not happening. No
Athlete of the Year,
Hey man,
Sportswoman
it's
of the
no
Year.
way. I will tolerate no Angel Reese slander. Period. I couldn't believe my ears and my eyes. So Mars, your ass gonna get some of this too. This ain't just for Ox. This is for you too. I shall tolerate none.
As in
Period.
zero, Drenchy? Like not even
Zero.
a little bit?
Let me see if you okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm just
Oh,
letting
well,
y'all know.
Ox will be here soon, so him and Mars will get their just due momentarily. Pin, you look like a new man.
Yeah, what's good?
Damn, the pen aging backwards. God damn.
Am I aging backwards?
Benjamin Button in effect, huh?
Mhm.
God damn.
Hey, I see you, Benjamin. I see you, boy.
Yeah, I was looking real scraggly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of
Hey, I
affected
got
my
a question,
brain.
Ron.
Pen, don't let him
What's up?
take you down, Pen. Don't
My-
let him
my-
take you down.
My question is the ESPN stats that they come up with, why do they make these stats? And the reason why I'm asking you this, Ron, is because why can't I just dig what a guy is doing instead of ESPN coming up with this stat where now I got to go do some homework and I got to go dig up some stuff. And it's minuscule, by the way, what the stat is. It's this. It's this wide. For example, they got this stat, Drench, that SGA is the first person since James in 16, Dwayne Wade in 2006, and Rick Barry in 76 in the first in 2 games in the finals to go 30 plus and 3 steals. All right. Well, instead of me just being able,
why they add the 3 fucking steals to it so they can say that?
Because they had to lower the amount of players.
was it
Because many people have scored 30 or more in their first 2 games. So you have to add something else to make
3
it
steals
like
is major.
But
It
that's
is,
not the
but
point, Ron.
God damn, bro.
The point is why the point is why can't we just dig how awesome SGA is without throwing this in? Because what I'm gonna do, Drench, is now I got to go back and do some homework, and then I find out that Bird went 30 and 3 steals. Then he went 34 and 2 steals. Then
so he didn't do
20,
it. So he
then
ain't
he
do
went,
it. 2
then he went,
steals.
whoa, not done. Because then he went 29 and 2 steals. But in those 2 games that he went 2 steals, he had 17 and 21 rebounds.
That wasn't part of the stat. Who cares?
That's the point, Mars. That's the point. The point is why can't we just dig what SGA is doing?
Shea not getting
Why?
no 21 rebounds.
You can do that.
Bird
You're the one who
clears.
decided you wanted to go research Larry Bird for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't know. But
Why we got to do that? Why can't
Larry
we just
Bird ain't
dig
fit the
how awesome
criteria.
SGA is? I
For
don't
the
want to
sake-
do that.
Chill. For the same reason I told you Angel Reese shooting 33% from 3 yesterday.
Garbage.
Sorry. Sorry.
Chill.
Excel
Hey,
sheet
man,
Warriors,
come on,
bro.
man.
I don't know what to tell you.
Get Angel Reese off the floor. She killing.
God, hey, whoa, what are we doing?
He said, "Get her
What
off
are
the
we
floor,
doing?
Jordan." He
Get
didn't say,
Angel
"Get her off the jet."
Oh
Get
my
Angel Reese off the floor.
God,
She
man.
killing us. But anyway,
Wow.
I just wanted to know that, Ron. Why can't we just why do we have to come up with stats to compare guys when we can just dig guys for who they are and what they've been doing right now? That's it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to ESPN for all the little crazy stats. I may or may not have some ESPN stats for you guys today. So
Here we go.
I'm glad you brought that up, Chill. But before I do anything, y'all, I feel like it's only fitting to take a walk down memory lane with some Bleacher Report stats. We are going to look at the best finals performances, and these are just individual games of recent memory. So let's go ahead and do it. The first game that I have for you guys is
God damn, I remember that game. He made all his goddamn free throws.
17 for 19, I think.
Yeah,
50, 40, 14, my bad. 50, 14, and 5 blocks for Giannis Antetokounmpo in Game 6 of the 2021 Finals.
Has he done anything close to that in terms of being at the stripes before or since then?
Probably not. 17 for 19 is impressive.
I don't know. 17 for that's a lot of free throws. He's had games where he shot well, but at that volume,
That shit is impressive for KD.
One.
That shit impressive for KD, all the best free throw shooters in the world.
Yes, all the great.
I agree.
I know one thing. Him and Wilt are the only ones in the NBA Finals to score 50 points. Oh, no, Wilt didn't score 50.
He went 18 for 20 the next season in a game against Charlotte. They lost.
The fact that he made all those though, like I was shocked. I was watching it. I'm like, bro, he knocking them bitches down.
He was locked
They
in.
was counting down all.
He had a game where he went 17 for 17. It was against the
What year
Raptors.
was that?
2022, so the next year. 17 for 17.
I gotta ask, are we doing like the 60s and 70s?
I'm doing series I've watched. I'm sorry. Like I respect Bill Russell, I respect Elgin Baylor. When I can find halves of games, I can't evaluate your finals performance based on 24 minutes of play. I can't do that. But anyone else who's feel free to do that. I'm just letting you know.
And we're not doing future series either, right?
We're
not doing Scotty Barnes in the 2028 finals. We're not doing that. Hypothetical. What happened in 2K? We're not doing. Okay.
Ain't no fucking way.
To Mars' point,
I got you.
To Mars' point, whatever ones you want to do, because I got some 60s in there and some 70s.
But Chill can do that, obviously. You know.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah. So different standards.
The furthest my list goes back to is I got an Elgin Baylor in here, but that's an honorable mention. I
ain't got no.
Jerry West, 69.
John D in particular. I can't wait 25 years from now when the 2016 NBA Finals that your nephew is gonna be like, what the hell was you there for? Wow. Yeah, I was around when that was going on. Yes. I was there for the 2021 NBA Finals. And Mars, and you also, Mars, when your nephew is like, yo, you saw Steph Curry in 2015? What?
Yeah, like there are people who aren't even born yet who are like 10 years from now, 15 years from now, gonna be on Twitter talking about insert.
I mean, Mars, Mars, you was what? Just born around that time, anyways. So shit.
2015.
Yeah, shit.
I was a conscious being. Now,
how
conscious?
2-year-old baby. Shit. Watching the NBA Finals. Mars had his eyes wide open watching the NBA Finals in 2015.
Exactly, focused.
All right, y'all. The next one that we got is LeBron James, Game 5, 2020 Finals. He had 40 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and he made 6 threes.
Ain't they lose
the amount of things they said about Danny Green after this game?
Yeah, they lost that game.
Yeah, Danny Green missed that wide open top of the key 3, and everybody was on LeBron because he didn't go up for the shot. And he passed it out to Danny Green, even though Danny Green was wide open. You know, it's the same thing with LeBron.
Even on this list, LeBron just gets games where he loses on that. Crazy.
Ron President losing is crazy.
Yeah.
What?
You said Ron President losing?
Big Ox, is that
Ron
you?
President losing. I ain't make the list.
Oh, go ahead, Jordan. Go.
Get it off. Get it off.
Big Ox, is that you? I just want to let you know I was a little disappointed yesterday. I heard too much Angel Reese slander for my.
Well, I ain't say nothing about how the young lady looks. She's a beautiful sister. You know what I'm saying? That's never up for debate. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna jeopardize my integrity based on that, brother. I got to keep it real with what I'm seeing on the court.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real. My integrity is jeopardized, and it's jeopardized for good. I'm just letting you know we can't tolerate the Angel Reese slander. The only reason why I'm saying this, some of the things I agree with you on the court. I agree with you on the court, and I don't want to kind of take this conversation back to yesterday. I agree with you some of the things she need to work on. I agree with you the type of player she is. One thing I do agree with you is she probably wouldn't be starting on most WNBA teams. I will say that. But I will say this too. She ain't the problem with Chicago Sky. Like that's not the problem with them.
Right.
Also, I will say is from her improvement from last year to this year, you don't really see it. You don't really see it, and I think it just could be a little slow start. Maybe it picks up in the end, but I'm also not saying she's a terrific offensive player. I just don't think she's a terrific offensive player. Like, so what we looking for her on the offensive end, you're probably not gonna find it. But
I don't think
she
so
do
either.
miss a lot of layups. She do miss a lot of layups. Part of those two, I said this a long time ago. Part of those two is because she shoot the goddamn ball with 5 people guarding her. Like I'll be like a lot of times, like you might want to kick that joint out. You know what I mean? But she got 5 motherfuckers on her.
I don't know if that's necessarily every time. For sure, certain times.
A lot of the times.
She's shooting up over double and triple teams sometimes because it's everybody fighting for a board. She might get the board, so it's already a couple of people around her. But I think, like I said yesterday, I just think she'll finish better if she just stopped throwing the ball. There's a difference between shooting and throwing it. But I tried to just tell the truth to the best of my abilities. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to throw no extras on it, and I wasn't trying to sugarcoat nothing because I spent the last 2-3 years, trying to defend Angel, and that's just at some point. I can't no more. You know what I'm saying? We got to see. I just want to see a little improvement. That's all. And my word ain't law. That was just me getting off my tech.
I think she need to improve her layups too, though. But you know what? Also, when I'm watching the other games too, she's not the only one that lay it up like that. She's just probably the shortest one that lay it up like that. Like a lot of the other bigs lay that ball up like that too.
Let me ask y'all this though about the team, because I think coach is an issue. I think they probably should have held on to Reese if they was going to hire bro for the job.
100%. He's doing a horrible job.
Yeah, I don't think he's really doing much as far as coaching. I don't think he's helping the situation. But my biggest thing though, y'all, is I don't think coaching is really your issue to missing shots that I think you should make.
I agree.
As far as
when
she was in school, she didn't have this problem, Ox. She didn't.
So, and that's what I'm saying, chill. That's what I'm like. I think she's getting worse, and I think it's because she's not keeping the main thing. But that's not my business. I want to keep it on the court. That's not my business, right? But what I'm saying is, I don't think coach is helping as far as the team winning. I don't think she's the only problem on the team. I even think Camila Cardozo took a step back from last season. But I want to ask y'all now. Obviously, we all know Sloot is a legend. She's a vet. She's a Hall of Famer. She tore her ACL. She's out.
Mm-hmm.
So Haley Van Lith coming into the game, I think that'll probably help her get her minutes up. Do they grow together? You know what I'm saying? Is this one of those blessing in disguise things? May Haley be able to open up the offense with her scoring ability? I know she's not the distributor or the passer that Sloot is, but maybe is Haley maybe her time to break out, or is she not even W ready herself?
She's going. We only seen a small sample size from her, so we haven't seen a lot from her, but she's gonna struggle. I think when I did see a little bit from her, her timing was a little bit off. Like she'll try to make a read and that shit'll be too late, and they still in that shit. And the WNBA is a very physical game. I don't know if people understand. It's very fucking physical. So it's like some of the shit that she can get off in college, it's gonna be an adjustment. But to your point about like Chill said, she didn't have that problem. Like Angel ain't had that problem in college as far as her making layups and shit like that. She really didn't. But you right. As far as you want to keep it on the court, the main thing gotta be the main thing. Like that gotta be something that's bothering her game, whether it's intentional or unintentional. The main thing ain't the main thing. You know what I mean? Like you got, I know this from experience too, man. You go and do all of this other shit, you start lacking in some areas. Like they say, you can't be a jack of all trades. You ain't gonna be able to master none. So,
yo, I'm about to grab the wheel
go ahead,
so we can steer back into these finals. Shout out to the dub. Shout out to Angel Reese. She is lucky to have played with 2 legendary point guards. One in Courtney Vandersloot, and the next in another point guard that happens to be from Washington, just like Courtney Vandersloot, Haley Van Lith. So shout out to Angel. She is very
God damn, Ron. You giving her that already?
She from Washington. That means she gonna be dope.
I mean, Vandersloot, she long in the tooth. Was she 34, 35, something like that?
Yep.
And Haley Van Lith, she just coming into the game. I mean, it happens. It happened.
Angel just got Haley booted off LSU not too long ago. God damn it.
Man, that's the point, because y'all seen that game. I mean, Haley got left stranded on that island and she got cooked up.
I wasn't necessarily a fan of her there, but I will say this: there aren't a lot of 6'3" players on any level of basketball that could break rebounding records, especially all-time rebounding records as rookies. So that's all I wanted to say.
She's a
yesterday.
glass
It's
cleaner.
just-
100%. She's a glass cleaner.
Bro, and chill. She listed at 6'3". I know people who say she closer to 6'2", and maybe 6'1". So having
It's even more impressive.
That's the thing, right?
Is she Ox?
I don't think so.
Nafisa might be 6'1",
I don't
bro.
think so.
Nafisa might be 6'1" for sure.
She bigger than Fee, so
Okay, but
Fee's listed at what, 6'2"?
But
No,
Fee is 30
listed at
plus,
6'1".
right? Like Fee is 30 plus, right? So
I
I mean,
don't
like
think
she's 27.
Yeah, Fee
She's
not
27?
that old. Yeah, Fee not that old.
He's young.
she got kids. Oh man.
Yeah, she
Okay.
does.
So yeah, my point is like being 22,
Fee
20,
6'1".
Okay.
she legit. I thought she was closer to 30. Damn. Okay.
6'1", 180. That boy, hey, boy, I need to get that background too. Boy, no, I'm going to jet with 180.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So all I'm saying is like, we didn't have
Look
social
at
That's
media.
not a little chick.
Look at Jordan.
That is not a little woman.
Oh my
That's not.
God.
Go ahead, Jordan. Go ahead.
She
I'm
come through the lane.
sorry.
Get your ass out the
So
way.
we didn't have social
MVP.
media. We didn't have social media when Dennis Rodman was playing. But Lord help me if we did. Lord help me if we did.
Oh, he'd be a way bigger deal than what he was. He'd be
No,
a way bigger deal.
I'm saying like all the stuff that Dennis Rodman did was very understated. He glass cleaner, he's rebounder. He's not getting like those gaudy block numbers or whatever, but he's just great at what he does. He's physical. He's an intimidator.
Yep.
I look at her a lot like Dennis Rodman, in a lot of ways. She's a glass cleaner. She go get it off the glass. She's an intimidator. She's a hustle big. So everybody doesn't come in to the W, to be a star. Everybody's not gonna, score the ball like, Candace Parker. And we need other players to do other things. And so, you're gonna have players who are gonna be more distributors. You're gonna have players who are gonna be more point of attack defenders. You're gonna have players who just, So I don't see the point of like, the culture around basketball discourse, which is always trying to like label players, Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is awesome at what he does. 4-time defensive player of the year. But we gotta hone in on, he doesn't, have an offensive bag. Why we gotta define him like that? Were we gonna define Rodman as the guy who didn't hit free throws well? Like that's just crazy to me. That's all I'm saying.
Fellas, we got to get back to this list though.
Let's do it.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler. He is next up in finals all-time games in recent history. He had 40 points, 13 assists, and 11 rebounds against a lot of you guys' king, LeBron James, in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I was here to do it. Hey, Ron, can you tell me just like what exactly is this list that we're looking at? Is it just like a bunch of guys that had big finals games? Or?
Yeah, just in recent history,
recent history.
Some of the best playoff games or finals games.
Okay, yeah.
I was impressed with Jimmy going at it with James because it's not a lot. It's not a lot of guys in that second tier that could go toe to toe with him at that time. And the fact that Buckets went toe to toe with James, and I didn't think that they could win, but the fact that he went toe to toe with him and he held up as much as he could, Jimmy Butler was awesome.
That's when Jay Crowder came through, right?
Yes,
in 2020, and then that's when Goran and Bam got hurt.
Yes, I think it would have been a much more competitive series if those guys had been healthy. Yeah,
I understand this part of the game. I just wish we could have got a little more. I think they could have pulled that one out.
Yeah.
Diesel, I'm sorry, Diesel. I think they could have pulled it out.
I 100% disagree.
I think if Jay Crowder was 3 years younger, 2 years younger, man, they get on Brian's ass.
Damn, what if LeBron was like 3 years younger?
Oh, well, we're not doing that, Jordan.
What if LeBron was running around 27?
We trying to make a hypothetical that where Bron loses, not sweeps.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, but shout out to Jimmy. He was balling that series.
He averaged 26.
26 and what, like 9 and 9 too?
26, 8 and 10.
Yeah,
he was hooping.
That's good work, Jimbo.
I'll give him that.
All right, next up.
That shit was all right.
Another loss. Oh my god.
Yeah,
the chef gave us 47 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, made 6 threes. You expect that. And this was in 2019, game 3 of the NBA Finals.
It was all right.
No, we're not impressed by that. All we see is that L. We don't see.
No, it's not all I think
letters.
that like. I've been called a Steph hater too many times, but I actually don't think Steph was that great in that game.
Really?
There you go. Me too. I agree with you, Mars. I'm agreeing with you.
I think he was great, but I don't think he was that
What
great.
about that game, Mars? That I mean,
I think he's had better games, basically. But
I was about to say, Mars. Let's take the 47 off the floor in the 6 threes. What about him? Didn't you like in that game that you liked in other games more?
I think the Warriors just, if I remember correctly, now this is me trying to remember my memories.
Yep.
The Warriors started that game extremely slowly. Like they were down the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna say empty stats, like because the Warriors needed everything that Steph gave them. Like he tried to keep them afloat. I remember that game started, and Steph was like their only offense in the first quarter. Like he was their only offense.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just never close. Like it was never even close to being a game in that game. And then the second half came around. And Steph just it tailed off like completely, and obviously the Raptors went to their box on 1 and stuff and all of that. But like the first half, he tried to keep them in the game, and there was nothing outside of him, and he gets a lot of credit for that first half. And then the second half, it just petered off, and it's like he ended with 47. It was amazing, but like that second half was just So that's why I say I think Steph was really good in that game. He played like he was probably the best player on the floor. I just don't think when we're doing whatever that list was, maybe his top 10 final performance or just a bunch of great ones. I just don't know if I would put that on that list, is all I'm saying. But it was great.
I mean, it didn't help that Clay didn't play in that game.
Clay didn't play, no KD. Like Steph was, for all intents and purposes, by himself offensively.
Yeah.
Like they played Boogie heavy minutes in that game, if I remember correctly.
And ain't by himself, goddamn it.
Yeah, this is Boogie that shouldn't have been playing. Like Boogie couldn't move. But yeah, like Steph played great. Like before the Warriors fans and the Steph fans, Steph played great. I just don't think I would put that game on this list. Like that's all I'm saying. But it was a really good game. I just don't think I would put it on this list. That's it. But,
yep.
Yeah, his 43 points against Boston in 22 was a better game, in my opinion.
Better.
For example, yeah. But go ahead.
Why did Clay miss that game?
He was hurt.
He had an ankle injury, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was playing in that finals hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So he came into the finals hurt and then ended up.
They hold that Cook told
the
us
Warriors were cooked.
Yeah,
like,
they were all beat up in that finals. KD was
hurt. KD was hurt.
Yeah,
Clay was
beat up.
compromised. I think Iggy was dealing with some. It was.
Hey, Clay got busy in that series though. I was looking back on it. Clay shot like 50. He shot 54.
There was talk about Clay being finals MVP.
That was a conversation too, Mars. And in game 6, before he tore his knee up, he was getting busy.
Yeah, like 30, I think.
Yeah, he was getting busy in that game before he tore his kney up.
That would have been another person taking.
That would have been, man. That would have been exactly, man. I would have loved that shit, boy. Oh my god, I would have loved that shit, man.
But we all know though, Steph's not the best finals performer. We all like that's.
He said that.
I think Steph's a really good.
I still think Steph played better than Clay in that series. I was.
Ron, the thing that I don't understand, Ron.
Steph's an elite finals performer. Steph's had one bad final series in his life. One.
Yeah, has he?
Yeah, one. He's played badly in one.
Well, final. I'm not saying like when I say that, I'm not saying he's a bad final performer. I'm just saying like
you said he's not great. I disagree with you. I think he's a great final performer.
I said he's not the best.
When
only one person can be the best. Yeah, Steph is not the best finals performer.
Okay, Ron, answer this question, Ron. When has he not been awesome in the finals, in your estimation?
So I feel like 2015. 2015 is so nasty. Yeah. 2015, Steph got busy in 2015.
He did. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna count that one.
The answer is 2016, Ron. That's the only finals he wasn't great.
And it was like the last 2 games of the series.
He was great in 20.
He was great.
He was great in 19. He was great in 18. He was great in 17. He was great in
awesome in 17. Like nobody talks about him.
He's just a great basketball player.
Exactly. He's an all-time finals performer. Like the fact he only has one finals MVP, like he's an all-time great finals performer. All-time great. He plays amazingly in the finals. Now, one could argue that, I mean, when you've been into the finals 6 times and you played Cleveland for 4 of them, there's not much competition diversity. But that's neither here nor there. He plays great in the finals. He's had one bad final series. And if I was to pick up for Steph, I'll say the one time he was bad in the finals, he wasn't healthy. So
16 with the knee injury.
Yeah, so and he was dealing with an elbow problem. So like this is what it like. You can make the argument that when Steph's healthy, he plays well in the finals all the time.
What was when in your estimation was Steph the best in the finals? I think 17 was his best finals performance. I think that year
22 is probably the one where you go to because 22 is ridiculous.
I know that with the Celtics having that drop coverage, but the fact that everybody looked at what KD was doing. I mean, Ron, he almost averaged a triple-double in that finals. He averaged 10 boards a game in that finals. One of the main reasons why they was able to play as fast as they played because Steph got on the glass. Watching Steph get on the glass and speed the game up for them, and on top of that, I'm watching Steph play defense in those finals. Steph played
defense in 22 as well.
Steph played damn good.
I remember Al Horford trying to go at Steph. That ain't work. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
this was he had built a bigger frame after that 16 year just because of how physical Cleveland was playing for him. I think that helped him a lot.
They did rough him up.
Yeah, just
Steph
like
is an underrated rebounder too. How about
he
was Jordan. He was 17. I didn't know he was. To be honest with you, I did not know that he could rebound like that. I did.
I did
not know. He can. He can definitely rebound. He definitely doesn't get enough respect for that. But it's like in terms of like points per game in the finals, Steph is top 10 all time, and he's played a lot of finals games. So he plays well. I know he leads the finals all time in like threes made and stuff. 4 championships of it. Like Steph plays great. He's one bad final series.
So in 16, in 15 he played 6, 17, 15 he played 6, 16 he played 7. That's 13. In 17
it was 5.
That's 5.
So
18
that's
18, 4.
And then
22. And then Toronto was 6, so that's 28. And then 6 against Boston. He played 34 finals games.
That's a lot of finals games, Joe.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Who the fuck else played 34 finals games? Goddamn, Will.
That's a lot of finals.
The guys above, so the guys who lead in points per game, Rick Barry is number 1. Rick Barry has played how many finals games?
85. Shit.
Rick Barry has played 16 finals games, so not even half as many. Michael Jordan is number 2. He's gone to the finals as many times. He has
Russell's played the most finals games.
Jordan has played 35 finals games, so right in line with Steph. Jerry West has played a lot of finals games.
Yes.
Is this points per game?
Jerry West played 55 finals games.
God damn. Is this points per game, Mars, or total points?
Points per game.
Total
points would be disgusting. Rick Barry number 1 with only 18 games and man averaging 60. No, it's points per game. Steph is number 9, right behind Hakeem. But you can go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna throw this up. As you can see, Steph and Hakeem.
Oh, this doesn't have the. This doesn't have the
minimum. Shay in there. What the hell?
This doesn't have the minimum games played. Yeah, this doesn't. This is just you play 2 games. You make.
Who the hell is a Neto? Oh, and Teto.
Respect Giannis. What the hell?
Antetokounmpo.
They just weren't writing out his full name. I was gonna go all the way across Iverson's chest.
But they gonna put goddamn Shay name on there. They can put Alexander on there, and they just gonna put and Teto.
Yeah, low key. But yeah, this disingenuous as hell. 2 games played is enough to make the list. I mean, I guess.
The fuck? That's what I'm saying, man.
Come on, man. The list I was reading had minimum 10 games, so at least 2 final series is what it was.
Yeah. The most impressive for this list for me is clearly Jerry West. Clearly. To average 30 over 50 games.
Emerson Fireman, Ron.
When you factor in that, like,
how many rings he got?
One of them, everyone. Like, when you factor in, like, damn near every single one of them was against the best defense in the league.
That's fair.
They were playing against Boston damn near every year. Like, it was only a couple against the Knicks. That makes it, like, more impressive. But then I think also 30 in the 60s is not the same as 30 in, like, the 2000s.
I mean,
but the most important is Michael Jordan. He averaged 33.6 and never lost. Y'all talk. You talking about Jerry West?
I would say MJ's is the most impressive. This fool played, but Jerry West is games. I would say MJ's is the most impressive.
Wait, hold on, Mars. I saw you sitting there like Jerry West wasn't averaging 35 a game, going against Bill Russell and Havlicek.
You averaging 35. You get 1 ring. I question your carryability.
Man, y'all. Carrying Wilt Chamberlain ass when he didn't want to show up.
When I do complete ranking, I'm talking about Jerry West and Wilt and all them dudes. Jerry West top. He top 5 easy every time. Jerry West the top dude. He right behind Magic. You know what I'm saying? Like he's there. I don't disrespect Jerry West's game. I'm just talking about I'm talking about points per game in the finals.
Yeah,
Jordan got this many.
I think
out of this many.
We didn't 33 winning. We're talking about scoring averages. Jerry West did score 30 over a 50 game span.
I'm sorry, Ron.
Look. In his first finals of 23, he averaged
Shout out
31.
Jerry West.
Second finals
Real
of 24,
baller.
he averaged 29.5. Third finals at 26, he averaged 33.8. Fourth finals of 27,
What
he
year was
averaged
that?
what?
The one you
33.8?
just said.
65.
And just so you know, Ron, after game one, I mean, I'm sorry, with the exception of game two, he averaged 36 a game in them finals. With the exception of game two.
Yeah, but the finals he won, he averaged 20. So one could argue.
And the reason why he averaged 20, I mean, it helps that the other dude on the crew was averaging 20 and 22. So that didn't help.
I'm just saying, one could argue that when the points per game went down, all of a sudden they won.
Yeah.
Hold on. How much Scotty averaged in the finals?
Now I'm glad you brought that up.
Probably
Ox.
like 21.
I'm glad you brought that up because
As long as it's over 15, man, put him on the list,
on the
bro.
subject of you averaging,
Put him on the list,
of
bro.
you averaging,
Hell no.
averaging 34 a game in the finals.
Let's see what's going to average in the finals.
The first three people.
19.
See, it's over 15, man. He a buck. Come on, man.
For what it's
top
worth,
10? He not top 10?
Scottie Pippen's highest scoring average in any series is in the finals. Like, he averages in the Western Conference first round, he averages 15 points. Obviously, past his prime. First round of the Eastern Conference, 18. Second round of the Western Conference, 12. Second round of the Eastern Conference, 18. Conference finals in the West, 15. Conference finals in the East, 17 and a half. In the finals, 19. Playoff riser.
Yeah, he ain't no playoff shit.
Or he
That
just
means
made the
Mike-
finals in his prime.
Mike
years,
was
so
carrying his
damn.
ass up and down the court. Don't you ever say he was carrying Mike.
I
Don't
mean,
you ever
technically,
say
he
that.
was carrying Mike in that one finals.
He wasn't
Technically,
carrying Mike. Shit,
technically,
Mike,
he carried Mike off the floor.
man, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
nice,
guess so.
okay,
And gave him
nice.
water. And gave him water.
Gave him some water.
Jordan is disgusting. And Ox, you being a Scottie Pippen guy, I can't believe that you sitting here listening to this because you got a dude in Michael Jordan that's averaging 34 a game in the NBA Finals.
Nah, listen,
Meanwhile, I'm
man.
running with a dude that's almost averaging 20 and 10 and 7 in 91. That's number one. That ain't carrying.
I'm
And he got 32 and 20.
I'm not trying to derail the show.
I am.
Oh, no,
I'm
it
the
seems like you're
most
trying to
Scottie
derail
Pippen
the show, but
I'm not
enjoying
trying
I
to
am too.
at all.
Mike said, pass me the damn ball, Scotty. That's how you gonna get your assist. Give me the
Okay.
goddamn ball.
And you know what? And you know what, Jordan? I'm passing you the ball too. You can come to me because you just so you
Mike
know.
ain't passing shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Jordan, because that 21.
That's his bald ass problem.
That 21 and 8, that 21 8 and 8 that Jordan, that 21 8 and 8 that Scottie Pippen averaged in 92 in the NBA Finals. He wasn't getting that off rebounds and fast breaks. Just so you know, I want to make sure we clear on that. And then
You
also,
talking about Scotty?
and in
A lot of
93,
rebounds and fast breaks.
yeah, he wasn't just getting that. I mean, Jordan for three of them 6 championships, the first three-peat, he had almost a 20 and 10 guy. You know what 20 and 10 is in the 90s?
Yes,
the
but
early
what did
90s?
Mike? Okay, but what did Mike?
We ignoring that
Y'all
shit,
keep
dog.
saying. Y'all keep saying what Scotty did. What the hell did Mike do?
Okay,
We already
we
know what
we
Mike
all
did,
know what
Jordan. Ain't
did. That's
about
not the
that.
point, Jordan.
Now y'all don't want to talk about it because we know what he did.
They on the
already.
same team, Jordan. That's what I'm saying. Why you trying to
Right.
pit
So
these-
don't
you
y'all
trying to pit
ever
these
say
brothers
Scotty
against each
carried
other?
Mike? I
Nobody-
am,
and-
yes.
nobody's
Because Scotty
saying
want to
that,
pop
Jordan.
his.
Here you go.
Scotty
Where's Swiper when you need him? Here, Jordan up here with these divisive politics, bro.
No,
Yeah,
nobody's saying
Scotty
that.
want-
Nobody's saying that he
What's
carried
wrong
him.
with
But
y'all?
let's not act
Scotty
like
want to
Scottie
pop
Pippen
it like
was
he
just
was
there.
like. Yeah, no, he wasn't just there. He played a pivotal role. He did what a number 2 supposed to do. But don't get out of line and say you could have been a number 1. No, brother, you
I ain't
was the
saying-
number
well,
2.
We seen what he looked like.
Stay
Wait,
in
he
line.
couldn't. He was
He
when he
for
wasn't
sure
when he
could've been
wasn't
number
number
one.
one. He was
Nah, they wasn't
awesome.
no
Jordan.
number 1. They drew
He
that
was
shit up for somebody
absolutely
else.
amazing.
They drew that shit
That's
up
the
for
last
Kukoc.
right. That's not Jordan. That's
That's what you do with a number 1.
bro, that's one shot.
And he
You
was
talking
the
about-
one shot.
Okay. So Buddy Hill's number 1 in Golden State, right?
Hey, Jordan might damn near agree with you. Know?
So
No.
Buddy's number 1 in Golden State, right? Everybody can agree on that.
Shit, to some games when that motherfucker sent
See
us
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
crib.
So that's dead, Jordan. That's dead. That's dead.
All I'm saying is
when Scotty
stay in line for number 2.
when Jordan left Scotty stranded, Scotty still played great basketball. He was an amazing. He still showed I can do
Absolutely.
this. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
He
It
showed
wasn't.
that he
Nah,
needed Mike.
he couldn't win. Of
And
course,
Mike
he
needed him
Mike.
too,
Hell
so
yeah,
stop.
he needed Mike.
And Mike needed him too.
Like that's not a knock. That's
Okay.
not a
It's
knock.
not.
And I'm not going to argue that point, Jordan.
It's not.
100%.
It's stay in line though. You're not
Yeah.
no number 1, big dog. You a number 2.
No,
I'm the big dog.
He
And
was
he is
going
the
to
big dog.
conference championships as a number 1.
And what happened? They lost.
No, what the fuck? I don't know.
Jordan, do you really want to do this? Do you
Yes,
really-
I do because I
really want to
I
do this?
get yes because I get tired of people be y'all like it's like this whole
So
conversation.
unless
about
you win a
Michael Jordan.
championship, you're not.
Hold on.
You're
No,
not a real
hold
number
on.
one. If you don't win a championship, you're not a
No,
real
that's
number
not
one.
what I'm saying. It's just
So what are you
everybody
saying?
loves-
Why would you ask me
I'm
what
about
did
to
he
tell
do?
you. I'm about to tell you. everybody love to try to bring this shit up with Scottie Pippen. I'm 100% agreeing. Scottie Pippen was a goddamn good player. Hell of a player at that. Top 50 greatest of all time.
I'm about to, Toon. I'm about to.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you that on that one. But my thing is this: why do people want to try to diminish Mike like his shit wasn't off the charts?
When you say diminish, what do you mean diminish it? Like,
Who
what are we
tried to
talking
diminish
about when you
Michael
say
Jordan?
diminish it?
I didn't heard
nobody
people
does
start.
that.
I even heard Scotty himself start talking about.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about us up here.
No, Scotty
No, keep talking,
Scotty
Jordan.
himself be talking like he was the big dog. Like,
Okay.
I mean, if you look
Who
at the
was the
team,
big
I
dog?
was this. I was that. Stop
Okay.
it.
He never said
Stop
that. That's
it.
number one.
Yes, he did.
No,
No,
he
I didn't see a
Chill.
couple of interviews where
Chill. Scotty be
it looked like
piping it,
Scotty
bro.
was
Jordan,
doing
Right.
nah, he's supposed to big himself up. You should,
Pretty much, though.
I think
Jordan,
Scotty got the right to do that.
If you see
I don't
what
think so.
Scotty was doing, he got every right to big himself up. Now, may he go a little overboard? Yeah, but we
Yeah,
all
that's
go a
what
little
he did.
overboard. We all go a little overboard when
I
we
don't even
talk
think
about
he
our
goes
game. though.
overboard.
You know what I'm saying?
I got six rings.
I don't think so either. But I got to do that in order to
You
have
got
this
6
conversation
rings
with
with
Jordan.
no
I
6
can't
finals
keep it
MVPs.
all the way real how I
No
feel
6
about
finals
Scotty.
MVPs.
Or he
Who
gonna
got
crash
all
out.
the finals MVPs? Who got every single last one of them that he got the rings on?
So Kobe can't pop shit about early 2000s? Kobe can't talk about
You know
that?
what?
Yes,
You
he
know why
can.
he can
Yes,
pop
he
shit?
can.
Because you know why he can pop shit? Because he said, Shaq, go on about your business. Watch what I do.
No, I said the early 2000s.
No, but he gets
Kobe
shit
can't
for
talk
it,
about the
though.
early 2000s?
But he gets shit
Kyrie
for it,
can't
though.
pop his shit about 2016?
He gets shit for it, though.
No, I
And
said,
Scotty
can
was
he?
doing that.
Can he?
And Scotty wasn't
Scotty
doing
gets
what
shit
he
for it,
was
too.
doing.
You giving
Scotty
Scotty
was-
shit for it right now.
Yeah, but Scotty wasn't doing
That's a
nowhere
check
near
that
what
I think
Kobe
is
was
thrown
doing.
out.
Nowhere near what Kobe was doing.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near what Kobe was
What?
doing.
Nowhere near.
So Scotty was doing what
Come on,
Kobe was
man.
doing in the finals.
I gotta keep this next to me. Every
Kobe
show.
wasn't doing what Scotty was doing.
Almost averaging. Wait a minute, Jordan. When you say he wasn't, when you say he wasn't doing, when you say he wasn't,
Kobe wasn't doing what Scotty was doing.
Wait a minute.
Kobe wasn't taking them defensive assignments like Scotty was taking.
He was doing AI. I seen it.
That was one time.
Nobody's saying that
He was
Scottie
guarding
Pippen.
AI. I seen it. He said
AI was busting his ass too.
I'm locking that shit up.
And
He
Jordan,
didn't lock. He ain't just locked AI.
Yeah, he for sure ain't like AI.
He ain't locked AI.
And Jordan-
Hey, I
Jordan-
never averaged 36
Jordan-
that series.
It's okay.
He ain't
Chuck
locked
it,
AI.
but-
bruh.
But go ahead,
Your
chill.
time.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Jordan
chill.
took I think what we missing here is I think we missing that none of us up here think that Scottie Pippen was Jordan good. I ain't even on that. I'm not
It wasn't
even
even close. It's not even
However-
close, though.
However, when for all of these years you've been awesome at your job, you haven't been good at your job. You've been awesome at your job, and the whole time that you've been awesome at your job, all I gotta listen to is shit like what you talking about. You know, the only reason why you was so good at your job because you was running with this dude. That's the only reason why you awesome. When in reality, I'm way better than what you think. In fact, we didn't even know Scottie Pippen was as good as he was until he left Jordan. Once Jordan left, it was like, oh shit, I did not know Scottie was this good. I did not know that he was this good as a ball handler. I did not know that he was this good as a scorer. I did not know that he was this good
What?
as a one-on-one player. I did not know all of this stuff. And until Jordan left, we found that out, that how awesome he was. Even in the NBA Finals, you talk about him and Kobe Bryant. I don't know if you know this, Jordan. He almost averaged a triple-double in the finals. All three of the finals. 3 to 6 finals. He almost averaged a triple-double. And he's taking the assignment. Jordan's dealing with Drex. Then Scottie
what was
Pippen is
Kobe
dealing with
doing?
Drex.
I just
Jordan
wanna
is
know
dealing
what
with
was Kobe
Magic.
doing.
Then Scottie Pippen has to deal with Magic. Jordan
What
is
was
dealing
Kobe
with
doing?
Scotty had to guard Charles Barkley.
Okay.
Nobody's really
understand.
dealing
Charles
with
Barkley
Charles
had a bad elbow.
and he still scored 40. Still, right. And he,
Oh, I
and-
thought
and-
Scottie Pippen was getting fried.
yeah, he still scored.
All I said was he had to guard. I said he had to guard Charles Barkley.
Chill, what the hell, chill.
Everybody was getting fried by
He
Charles.
said he had
At
he
that
said he
moment
had
in
to
time.
guard. He said he had to guard Barkley.
I ain't
Mark
say he
said
locked
had a bad
nobody.
elbow. Yeah, he still was getting 40 though. What the
Yeah,
hell? Chill.
he still got 40 with a bad.
I
elbow.
ain't say he locked Barkley. I said
No.
he
What do
guarded
we
Barkley.
what do we mean by near triple double? 7.5 assists is a near triple double.
I knew you were gonna catch that.
Let's make sure. In 93,
close
21, 9, and 8. 21, 9, and 8.
21, 21.2, 9.2
20
rebounds,
and 8.
7.7 assists. That's a near triple double.
Shit, I'm gonna call the one.
We're rounding
Hell
up.
21,
Hell
9,
yeah.
and 8.
Round up,
Rebounds is
Mark.
7.7
Hell
to
yeah.
10.
No,
Yes.
not, he said near. He said near. So we gonna round. No,
I'll let him
Morris,
skate,
we
Morris. I'll let him skate.
gonna round it up to 9. We gonna round it up to 9, and that's what
I
makes
said
it
he
nearly a
almost averaged
triple
a triple
double.
double. How about How about a 92, Mars?
7.7. Since when is averaging 7.7 assists? Averaging so
Mars rounded up to 8.5. Rounded up to 8.5. That's nearly a triple double.
Round Kobe shit up too then.
We
Round it
can
up.
do that. Hell yeah, we gonna do that. We gonna always show
21,
Bean some
so
love and round it
21,
up.
9, and 8. What is that, Mars, in your estimation?
That's 21, 9, and 8. What you
That's
mean?
almost a triple double.
No, it's
I hate when
not.
you do
When I
this
say
shit,
Mars,
Mars.
triple double,
Mars,
I feel
can
like
you round Kobe?
It
shit
is
up?
almost a
You
triple
round-
double, bro.
You round Kobe shit up. Round Kobe.
Mars, you don't gotta
30
do
to
this, bro.
40.
Come on,
Round
bro.
Kobe 30 to 40.
In
Yeah,
92,
2006,
he
he
got
was
the
averaging-
See what you just opened the
40.
door for, Mars? Now you talking about average round to 30 up to 40.
Might as well.
Because you can't let us round an assist up 1.5 to make it 9, which is nearly a triple double. Like, we sit back, bro.
He said,
Sit
Mars
back.
just said round up the 7.5 to 9. So round up 1.5. So then round the 9 up to 10.
Well, no. I
No.
said round it up like give him 1.5 assists, make the 7.5 and 9. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what I'm
so
saying.
round up to 7.5.
Bro, make
Then say
7.
you're near a triple
Why
double.
can't we just make 7.5, 8? Why
Right,
gotta go
let's
to
just keep it
9?
at 8.
Okay,
Jordan.
fine. That's amazing. That's
Right there,
amazing.
Jordan.
I
Let's just keep
agree.
it at 8.
Call it amazing.
But that ain't no
He said
triple-double,
near
though.
like,
That's
And
not
I
a triple double. He
didn't
said
say triple-double.
nearly
What
a
I said
triple
was-
double.
no.
What I
It's
said
miles
was
away. It's a couple miles away, but I get you.
what I said it was close to a
Couple
triple double.
miles away? That's right around the corner.
You like a
You gotta
20-minute
get
drive.
2 more
I'll
rebounds.
tell you.
You gotta get 2 more rebounds and 1
Answer
more
this question
assist.
for me, John. If I average 28 a game, what am I close to averaging?
30.
Yeah, that's one
I'm
bucket.
close to averaging
That's
30,
not
right?
2.5
So if I
assists.
average 8 rebounds a game, what am I close to averaging?
8 rebounds a game.
2 points. No, 2 points is one made shot.
No,
2
8 rebounds a
assists
game.
is
If you
2
average
made
8
shots.
rebounds a game, chill.
Someone averaging 26 is not
I'm
damn
eight-
near
if-
averaging
if I
30.
average
They're
eight
averaging 26.
If I average 8 rebounds, I am closer to averaging 10 rebounds than I'm closer to averaging 5.
Bro, do you know
And
how
you're
hard
not
it is to
averaging
go
close
from
to 10.
8
You're
to
just averaging
10?
8.
Do you know how hard it is to go from 8 rebounds to 10? That is
Yo,
hard
why
as
y'all
That means
killing
most
them on
nights-
this?
Not
I
damn
think
near
it's
a
close
triple double.
enough.
I don't know what to
I
tell
don't
you.
Kill, that
understand
means
what
most
we're doing
nights you getting 11 rebounds a game.
So
Most
y'all
nights you
not
getting
gonna
11
y'all not
rebounds
gonna
a game.
give Scottie Pippen a little grace. The great
No.
Scottie
I'm
Pippen
fine
can't
with
get no grace.
Praise Scottie
No,
Pippen.
uh,
But Mr. Why do we do ESPN stats over here? Is now trying to tell me 7.7 assists is damn near a triple double. You can't tell me 20 minutes ago, man, why do we do these ESPN stats? I think Larry Bird had 29 and 2 steals and 21 rebounds, but he's not on the list because Shea had 3 steals. And then you're going to tell me that 7.7 assists, damn near a triple double.
Yes, sir. Because why?
That's
Because
cold,
8
boy.
is tough.
Boy, that was cold. That
cold.
wasn't cool, bro.
It's not. Oh, wait a
That
minute.
wasn't
Wait.
cool, boy.
Wait.
That wasn't
Stop
cool
right
at
there.
all.
Stop right there. If you see a
Come
guy
on, man.
averaging
You
21,
gotta do better than
8,
that,
and
man.
8, what does that look like to you?
That looks like 21, 8, and 8.
Triple double to me. That looks like a triple double.
It's closer to a triple double. That's what it
All
looks
right,
like to me.
all right,
bro.
all right,
That's
all right,
what
then
it
chill.
is. Talk to me
All right,
like
then
8
chill. So
rebounds.
Michael Jordan.
This
All right,
is
so
bullshit.
chill. In 92, Michael Jordan averaged basically 40 a game, 8 assists per game. 6
What was his real
rebounds a
stats,
game,
Jordan? Give me the real stats, Jordan. Give me the real stats.
35.8 points per game.
That's 36.
6.5 assist points per game.
That's
4 and
That's
8,
7.5.
4.8 rebounds per game.
That's
Ah,
five.
not with your damn math.
36.
No.
What your man-
No, Jordan. I'm
35.
looking at this.
That's
I'm looking
not
at this
40.
from
That's
a
not close to
PCL
40.
lens. In the PCL, you know, when on my side, I'm good to round up a number. When I round up a number, I'll give you up to 1.5, depending on how
1.5.
known the stat is, depending on who I'm debating. Because I'm like, I can sneak this in there.
This is some
I
amateur shit
think
that's not-
nearly a triple double is PCL worthy, and I think we should let that fly.
If I see a guy averaging
Mike
21,
averaged
10,
40
and
and
Are
8,
you trying
He
to
was just 5
tell
points
me?
short. He was just 5 points short.
Are you
wanna
trying to
say
tell me that this year Chris Paul damn near averaged 10 assists?
How
I mean,
many
it
did he
kind of
average?
depends on if you like Chris
He averaged
Paul or not.
7.4.
If you-
Did he damn near average a double double? Did Chris Paul damn near average a double double this year?
That's closer to 7.
We're just gonna call it 8.
So
We're
if
just
Chris
gonna
Paul
call it
averaged
8.
7.7 assists, you would say he damn near averaged a double double.
That's almost 8.
I
We're
agree.
just gonna-
So he averaged almost 8. So if I'm
Yes,
seeing
boys,
if I'm
yes.
seeing Chris
I'm
Paul
calling it
averaging
8,
almost 8
almost
assists.
10.
So if I see Chris Paul
That's
averaging 8
crazy.
assists, if I'm seeing Chris Paul averaging almost 8 assists, and I go back and I look at this, it look like it's closer to 10.
Chill, but you not factoring in how hard that shit is to average 10. Like you factor it in like he playing
I'm
perfect.
about to
and you
start
can just
doing this.
pencil in.
Anytime
and you
someone
can just-
averages 7 and says, "Hey man,"
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you realize to average 10 assists on most nights, you getting 10 or 12 assists in those games. On most nights, you are.
But Mars, you
So
can't
you
do
can't
that.
just
How
say
many
8.5
players would
is
average a
easy.
triple double?
No, but Jordan, you can't do that.
lot.
If we're rounding 7.5 to 10,
No,
I'm not rounding
that.
7.5.
We're not
Stop doing
rounding
that. I said 7.5 is rounded to 8. 8, 21, 8, and 8 from the naked eye. That looks
Then that
like
would be
almost
21,
a triple
10, and
double
10.
to me. That's what it
It would
looks
have
like.
to be
I didn't
21,
say 10
Almost
and a half.
21, 10,
It's
and
going
10,
up
Jordan.
to 10.
Almost.
I
Y'all
didn't say
are
Scotty,
missing the
that's
almost.
Hey, get back to the
That's why I
basics.
said almost.
Scotty not fucking with Mike. Hey, get back to the basics. Like,
So
stop
let's
it.
get- yeah,
All right.
I agree with that too.
Fellas, we
Stop
gonna
it.
have to move on. That was a good segue, or that was a good stop. Now we got to segue back into this list. Before we do that, though, just to put the cherry on top of this conversation, I asked the chat: is 21, 9, and 8 damn near a triple double?
Yes.
49% of the people said yes. 26% of the people said hell no, and then 25 said basically is close enough. So there you have it.
Bro, what the hell kind of options is that?
What do you mean?
What the hell kind of
Yes,
options is
no, basically.
Education
93
system.
So all
in the
three-
NBA Finals, Scottie Pippen averaged 21, 9, and 8. That's almost a triple double. In 92 in the NBA Finals,
that?
he
That
averaged
weak ass
21,
21
8,
when the
and 8.
motherfucker averaged
That's almost a triple
35.
double. In
That weak
91,
ass
he
21
averaged
when somebody
21,
averaged
9, and 7.
35. This
All
motherfucker
right,
averaged
y'all. Back to the
35 a
best
game.
finals performances of all time, allegedly, according to Bleacher Report. We have Kevin Durant coming in with 43 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists in the 2018 finals. Was this KD's best finals game?
I'm telling you right now,
I thought
if
that-
Kevin Durant didn't do this, like if Kevin Durant didn't go back-to-back years with the Warriors playing like that in the finals, it would be talked about so much more. Like he averaged in 2017, he averaged 35 on 50, 40, 90. Like he was unguardable.
dang.
He
was
did
unguardable.
50, 40, 90 back-to-back years.
So like
John, the thing
That's
I saw from Kevin Durant in them 2017 finals, I vividly remember this. Just looking at him, he looked at James like the dude you saw in 2012. This ain't the same dude standing in front of you today. Nope, this is a different dude today. No,
but you know how many
And in 2018, he damn near averaged a triple double. So you know,
like
what did he average in? What did he average in that finals?
29, 11, and 7.5.
20, so 29.
Damn
So
near
20,
triple-double.
one more
Right.
time, Oz. 29.
He averaged 29,
yeah,
11 rebounds,
and 8.
7.5
And
assists.
8. So
Damn near
29,
triple-double,
11, and 8. 29,
Oh,
11, and 8.
is that
That's
damn near
almost a
triple double?
Damn near
Almost
triple
a
double.
triple-double.
Hey, shout
Yes.
out to
It's almost a
KD.
triple
man.
But wait, you got to
Yes,
understand
sir.
the reason why
At
it's
least
almost
he
a
got
triple double
double.
is because
he got a
it's be-
double.
He got
but
two
look,
of them.
but at least it's about the fact that how many points he averaged?
29, 28.8.
Okay, so he
29.
averaged 28 points. If he averaged
Yeah,
20,
basically,
if he averaged 12 points
He
and
damn
7
averaged 12
rebounds,
triple-double.
we not 12. Let's say it was 12 points, 6 or 12, 8 and 8. That's different. You know what I'm saying? 12, 8 and 7, that's different. 28, 8 and 7,
There you
that's
go.
damn near
That's
triple
something.
double.
Yeah, but Scotty got that bullshit ass
You know what I'm
21. We ain't
saying?
giving him that.
To be
Yeah,
quite
Scotty
honest
got
with you,
that
Mars,
bullshit
and if
ass
I'm going to
21,
keep
we
it a
ain't giving
bean
him
with
that.
you, what you
Because he
say
damn
one
near
more time,
averaged
Mars?
17.
28, what? Was 28?
29, 11, and 7.5.
No, what was the original? Is it 28, 8?
28.8, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you like this, Mars. That sounds like almost 30 and 10 to me.
That's 30. What?
That sound
30
like
and 11
almost
shit.
30
Bro,
and 10
30
to
and
me.
11.
Right.
KD
That's
damn
what
near
that
averaged
sound
a
like
30-point
That sound
triple-double
like
in the
almost
finals.
30.
Scotty-
That sound like almost 30
Scotty-
Hell
to me.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
what that
chill.
sound like to me.
Scotty damn near averaged 17. Damn near averaged 7 weak ass 21. He damn near averaged 17, 8, and 8, I guess.
But now, Mars,
Okay.
Mars, talk
We're
about it.
down
Talk about it like you're his agent.
Yeah, might
Mars.
as well,
Talk
shit.
about it like you're his agent.
That's
Like
how
you
you
trying
got to talk
to get
about it,
him
Doc.
paid.
Exactly like
You know what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah, damn near 30-point triple-double in the finals. man.
Come on, bro. Like he
And-
coming with it.
and-
That's almost
and
a
if I'm his
triple double.
agent, I'm saying if I got one more quarter with him shooting 50% from the field, shit, he really could average 40 if you gave him one more quarter. That's
He
how I
ain't
would
need
see it.
he ain't need another quarter. Coach shouldn't have took him out the end of the third for that breather. He's in great condition. He ain't need it.
Y'all, speaking of triple doubles, LeBron
Damn.
damn near had a 50
50
point triple double
triple-double.
in game
Yeah,
one of
damn
the
near.
2018 finals.
he was
God
fantastic.
damn.
He was fantastic.
Was he
Yeah.
fantastic? Was he
Ripping that
fantastic
rim
in
down?
overtime?
God.
Was he fantastic in overtime?
Shit,
The
fuck the
first four
overtime.
quarters, he was fantastic. He was
Mars
fantastic.
in the barbershop, we calling this damn near a 60-point triple double. Nigga, what?
LeBron
51, 51, 8 and 8. Well, we,
Hey,
hey, if
that's what
we
you
in
doing
the
when you're
barber-
telling your sons about it?
Oh, come on. What? Oh,
This man damn near got
in the
60.
barbershop, nigga, he went crazy.
This man damn near got a
Yeah,
60 point
LeBron
triple-double.
averaged 34, 8.5, and 10. So he averaged damn near a 35-point triple-double.
Now, what was the number,
40,
Mars?
40-point triple-double, Mars.
What was it?
34 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 10 assists. So damn
that's-
near,
so
damn
that's
near,
damn near-
So that's
For real,
34.
damn
So that's
near.
34.
damn near 35-point triple double.
Yeah, so that's 30. So that's 34, 9, and 10.
Yeah, damn near 35.
Yeah, but
That sounds like a
35
triple
point
double to me. That sounds
Damn
like
near
a
35
triple
point
double to me.
triple double.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
but
what
chill,
we're
we just
analyzing
don't do
new
that.
series from now on.
We just don't do that shit for weak ass stats like Scotty's. Like that 21 and a half. That's weak. That's why we don't do
In
that.
1990,
Hold on. That's
21
not
8 is a
weak.
big ass deal.
That's not
Whatever.
weak because you got to pace. You got to adjust for pace.
35.
Yes.
Man, whatever.
You got-
Man, motherfucker on your team averaging
No,
35.
Jordan.
All right, so Mike averages 65 then. Fuck it, man. Goddamn. That 35 he did 65.
That makes
Shit.
well, then
Well,
that makes
hang on.
MJ by far the most impressive scorer in
He
five.
is because in
You do put it
an
that way.
era where it was very
That's
common
gotcha.
for teams to score 75 or 80 points in a game when you average 41 per game. Yeah, it's really impressive. You got to
but
pace it.
Well,
21
the Suns'
ain't-
defense sucks.
Pace
but
it up.
sure.
Motherfucker going, Scott, pace it up. Scotty gonna average 24. Yay. Good pace.
All right, Charles. Speaking of good pace, I got the best pace for you on the best place for you, and that is PrizePicks. You guys already know the drill because you watch the panel every day and like the video. So download PrizePicks and like the promo code panel. And after you do that, you will get $50 back instantly when you play just $5. Now, here's the cool thing about PrizePicks is they tend to throw you alley-oops. They throw you, easy plays for you to capitalize on. And the thing about Tuesdays is, well, they have this thing called Taco Tuesdays. And with the Taco Tuesdays, they would take some of the best players in whatever sport that you're looking at, and they'll discount their stats all the way down to, let's just say, an easy win. So make sure that you download PrizePicks, use promo code panel, and get in on a Taco Tuesday today. And after you do that, go to factormeals.com, use Player's Choice 50 off because, well, it's time for you to get your summer back. You have more sun, more light, and more time to do the things that make summer so special. And the number one thing you don't want to do all summer is spend hours cooking inside. That's where Factor Meals comes into play. Factors has chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals that are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating. Factor Meals arrives fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle over the summer and even beyond. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your summer gains and goals. Factors powers your day from sunup to sundown with nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. Factor has you covered all day. Hell, they have you covered all summer. So enjoy more this summer. Get Factor Meals so you can get all the flavor and none of the fuss. Me personally, I eat Factor Meals daily, and I believe that you should too. Trust me, chat. I would never tell you guys to do anything that I wouldn't do. So get started at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 off and use code playerschoice50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code playerschoice50 off at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 off for 50% off your first box plus free shipping. Factormeals.com/playerschoice50 off. Whew. Oh, yeah. And last but certainly not least, the Gametime app, where essentially you can get in the game at a discounted rate that you just aren't really going to find anywhere else. You see, here's the thing about the Gametime app. It is the playoffs, and we are going back to Indy, and the Pacers are going to win the next 2 games. But imagine yourself being at that game. Well, you don't no longer have to imagine because you can get in the game with Gametime app because they make getting tickets faster and easier than ever before, especially for hard-to-get playoff seats. Prices on the Gametime app actually go down the closer it gets to tip-off. My favorite part about the Gametime app, in my personal experience, well, it's the zone deals. You see, you could save even more when you choose a section and then just let Gametime pick your actual seats. It's really just easier that way. They take the stress off of it. So you need to take the stress off of it and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with the Gametime app because, well, when you download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS, you get $20 off your first purchase. Now, terms apply, but In the words of a great man, don't even worry about it. Terms apply, but just create an account and redeem code CLNS to get $20 off. Download the Gametime app today. Get last-minute tickets at the lowest prices guaranteed, and go Pacers. Whew. All right, y'all. It's good to have y'all back. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Speaking of 35-point triple-doubles, LeBron James is not done. 41, 11, 8, 4, and 3.
He nearly had a 40.5x5 game triple-double. Oh, my God.
40s.
I mean, goddamn! Shout out to the LeBron with the stash.
Two blocks is crazy though, Mars. You know what I'm saying? Two extra blocks. That's different.
Can't do 2 extra blocks.
It could, yeah.
Yeah, damn near a 5x5. Triple-double too.
41. Didn't he have back-to-back 40 games?
Damn,
This
41 on
2016. This was in 2018.
41
No, I'm talking
on
about
70.
16. I think he had back-to-back 40 games.
He may have.
Bro,
I'm pretty sure he
goddamn
did. I'm pretty
Kyrie-
sure he did,
Yes.
Chill.
Yes,
Actually,
he did.
I'm almost positive he did. Because remember, this is the
Bro,
game.
goddamn Kyrie.
That was in game
got
5.
41.
Yeah,
Him and
they,
Kyrie both have 41
that was in game
And
5.
then Bron
and
had
changed
41
in
the
game-
next game, and then
in
Bron
game
had 41 the
6.
next
Yes, sir.
game. In game
Mhm.
6.
And y'all telling me
Sure.
Scotty damn near did this? What Kyrie did? 41, damn near 100% shooting from the field.
Yeah, damn near
Get the
100%.
fuck out of here.
Oh,
Nah, Jordan, we can't praise this. Remember,
Y'all
he wasn't
pra-
the man.
No,
He wasn't the
we
man.
can't praise goofy ass Scotty with 21. This
can we
man
say?
got
Can we
41
say? Can we say Kyrie damn near had 40 on 100% shit?
on 100% shooting damn near chill? And you want to talk
Damn
about
near.
Scottie Pippen?
Damn near.
Damn near.
To shoot 71%.
What?
Damn near 100%.
To shoot 71%. I mean, it's closer to 100%. It's closer to 150.
I'm about to start boosting legacy.
Just so we know, Ox. I mean,
No, it's
I
not.
got, with the exception of algebra, I got good grades in math, and they taught us 0.5 and more. You round up.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what
They
you're doing.
taught you correctly.
You are
So
rounding up.
Giannis damn near doesn't miss a shot the whole year.
You are rounding up. So Kyrie Irving shoots
Him or Zion.
71%, 70.8%, which is 71%. That's closer to 150.
But we
For
not
sure.
rounding to the nearest 100 though, yo.
For
We rounding
sure.
to the nearest 5, not even 10. Like he shot 71. That's 70. All right, like that's 70.
No, hell
We
no.
rounded
No.
him down.
But if we,
You can round, or you can
right,
go, you can round it to
because
75.
again,
Then that's fine if y'all
that
want
was,
to.
Mars,
but
if that
come
was
on,
70,
man.
if that was
Give him your
75.8,
1.5
or
rule.
if that was 76.8, that's closer to 80.
80 at the most. Then
That's closer to 80%.
All right, so in the
You're
barbershop,
not
we
rounding
saying
to the
this
nearest
man
100.
goddamn. We saying this man Kyrie goddamn near shot 41 on 120% from the field.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
All right, y'all. Next
just
up,
saying.
we have. There he is.
Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen don't get a game like this.
That's who I'm talking about.
Talk
baby.
about
This-
it.
now-
Jordan, this is
now, just so we-
2009 Kobe Bryant. We'll never compare that to Scottie Pippen.
Just so
But
we
We
clear,
shouldn't even
just
be
so we clear,
comparing
John D.
01 Kobe to Scotty.
Just so we clear, John D. You've never seen the game, right? You see the stat line. What does that look like to you?
A
40-point triple-double.
Easy. 75% true shooting.
That looked like almost a triple double to me. That's what it looked like to me.
Chill.
Hell
But we
yeah.
not doing that for no weak ass 21.
Twice and Dyson.
Nobody is doing that for a weak ass 21.
Why are we not doing
Jordan,
it for
I
21,
thought
8,
you
Nate,
had
but
to
we doing it
go.
for 48, Nate.
I
don't get that.
got
I
one.
thought you had places to be.
I do. I got 1 minute
Do
50.
you think,
About
do you
50
think
seconds
Josh
left.
Giddey averages damn near a triple double?
Because he averaged
Hey,
like
Jordan,
15,
ram that
78.
shit
I
up
was
and
just
get up
looking
out
at
of here.
Does Josh Giddey average damn near a triple double in your opinion?
What is I don't know. I'm not
Talking about
familiar with
He
Yeah,
averages
13,
14 and
8,
a half. He averages 14 and a half, 8
15,
rebounds, and 7.2
8,
assists.
and
Is that
7.
damn near a triple double?
No,
What the
But he
hell?
averaged-
So
But if
you
he
get
averaged 7.7 assists, is damn near a triple
that's
double.
8. So that's close to yes. That's closer to yes. Yes, sir.
Oh
Mhm.
shit. Hey
Yes,
man,
sir.
before I leave, Ron, I just want to say one more thing, man.
Damn near a quadruple double.
What? Hell yeah.
God damn.
This
Now,
one
they-
will get
I-
to that in a
I-
second.
He
21.
actually
He
did
was
get 10
hooping.
blocks in that game.
Yeah, but
I
that-
respect this 21. I respect this 21. Not that
That mean
weak
that
ass
is-
21 Scotty did. Bring that 21 back up. This
He
is
actually
21.
got 10 blocks. You can watch that
This
game.
motherfucker
You'll
got a-
count 10 blocks.
If we separate half of his rebound, this man got a triple double twice. This man got 21 10 rebounds and 10 rebounds and 10
Yeah,
assists
2 triple
with
double.
8 blocks.
No, that means he got 10
Goddamn.
points. He got 10 points, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
Yeah.
eight blocks.
There you go.
So
He
he
got
got a
two
quick.
triple doubles.
Come on.
So
He got damn near a double triple double with 8
That-
blocks.
Now we respect that 21. Not no bullshit ass 21.
Does it matter that it was against the Nets? No.
Yes, it does matter.
No, because
Yeah,
when
it
I'm
matters.
talking about
Okay,
02,
cool.
Shaq is going.
Especially considering.
Oh, believe
we
me,
gonna
I
get to that,
am
Mark.
taxing
Coming up
based on
today.
who
Ooh,
you
keep
played.
coming up.
Okay.
Well, you can tax it, but what you can't do, George, what you can't do is you can't tax it based on how they played. Because again, that Nets team, they was in the championship the year before, so it wasn't a fluke.
Got fried, but yeah.
Yeah, they was in the championship.
That
the year
Nets team
before.
wasn't an
I'm
elite
not
defensive
taxing
team.
shit.
That Nets
You-
team
yeah,
wasn't
you-
an elite defense. So.
You pull up to the finals and you get your ass scorched.
Thank you.
I'm giving you all the credit.
Yes.
Hey, Ron, I gotta go. I just want to let y'all know. This plane ride has been great, man. Appreciate it. No more.
Just
no
so-
more
just-
Angel.
You came up here for Angel Reese and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Angel Reese
No more
propaganda and Scottie
Angel
Pippen
Reese
slander?
slander. No more Angel Reese slander. Period.
Yeah, she better make some
That shit
layups.
doing-
Hey, Jordan, I want
Hey,
to know.
man, what the hell? We're working on the layups. We're working on layups.
We've been working on that.
Yeah,
shit
but
for
it's
2 years.
30. It's
You
38.
training her?
38.
Training her?
38, 8, and 6. Can we get that? Can we get that to nearly a triple double?
Set that up,
I'm
Jordan.
asking
Set it
for
up.
Paul Pierce.
Set it up.
38, 8,
Midnight,
6. Oh,
midnight
that's a
sessions.
40-point triple double.
Midnight
Jordan.
I
sessions.
know.
Yo,
Yeah.
Jordan, midnight sessions, mic and drills all night. Go ahead.
No, I don't know about that all
It's
night.
gonna be
but,
some
you know,
midnight sessions. Hey, Jordan,
Yeah,
when you
for
touching
sure.
down to Seattle?
I didn't say you can't take a break.
I'm on the way. You know, we
All right,
we
for sure.
cruising through. Yeah, we
Yeah.
cruising through. I see y'all. We cruising through. No worries. I see y'all later.
Later,
All right,
Jordan. Good to
brother.
see you, brother.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yep.
Good old midnight sessions. All right,
Mhm.
y'all. Next up
Where
on the
were we, Mark?
list, you gotta know who's next up on the list, right?
Don't know who's
Scottie
next on the
Pippen?
list.
Oh.
The GOAT.
That's almost a double.
yeah.
I mean,
that's almost a double-double.
Damn near a 60-point double-double.
Can we take
Yes.
2 of the assists away and add it to
Yes.
the rebounds? All right.
That's
Cool.
almost a 60-point double.
That's
Yes.
You know what we call that? We call that a double nickel.
He couldn't be
Salute
stopped
Dub
in that
Nick.
game. Jordan was different in that game.
There he is, Charles Barkley in the same
So what's
series.
that? Damn near 45 and 15.
He got outplayed in that game too, by the way. Jordan
Jordan?
was better. Yeah, Jordan was better in that game. It was impressive.
And then last on this list is Magic Johnson, damn near with a triple double of 42, 15, and 7. Shout out
Mhm.
Magic, man.
Damn near
Can
triple
I
double.
say something real fast?
What's up?
Real fast.
Real fast.
We can be real slow.
I think people like. I'm not saying he didn't play well, didn't play fantastic, but I've heard people say, "Oh yeah, he played center in that finals, this, that, and the third," as if he played center the entire series. I don't like that. I don't.
He
like
didn't
that.
play center in that game. He just jumped center. That was it. That's it.
I said that 3 years ago, and
That's
people tried
it.
to kill me.
Yeah, like I don't.
He just
love
jumped
that.
center. That was it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I still think Kareem deserved Finals MVP.
Kareem
but-
100% did. Oh my
100%.
God.
Yeah. So
Jordan, he should've
I
won the
get
finals.
he missed the game, but god damn.
people gas that so bad. That's all I want.
No, he was great
Magic
in that
did get
game.
picked.
Like,
Yeah.
he was great in that game.
No,
But people
not that game. He was
No,
great in
no,
the
hey,
series.
people don't seem to acknowledge that the game before he set the NBA Finals record for turnovers.
Garbage.
No one just ignored.
Trash.
Magic
He
Johnson, how
set
many did he have? I know
like
he had
9.
15 rebounds.
9 or 10,
9.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Oh, so he had a
yeah.
triple double.
He had 9.
Because I
You
know he
got-
had 15 rebounds.
Yo, Mars, you're gonna
Seven.
appreciate this. You gotta respect Magic Johnson in '87.
He actually had a quadruple double.
Bro,
14 points, 15
Mars.
rebounds, 10 assists, 10 turnovers.
He shot 50% from 3 on low volume.
Was he 1 for 2?
He was 1 for 2.
And please let's not leave
Shout
out
out
in
Magic
that game. And as much as we talk about Magic in that game, we don't talk about the fact that Jamal Wilson went 38 and almost 10 in that game too.
With that funky jump shot.
That shit was cash, Mars. That shit was way back here, and that shit was cash.
But yeah, imagine like literally the game before he played center set the finals record for turnovers in a game.
He was
Now I know
garbage.
turnovers hadn't been getting tracked for very long, so to give Magic some grace, like it's only been tracked for like 6 years. So, but still, to this day, how many people have had 10 turnovers in a finals game?
I think Russell Westbrook did it once.
Hey.
I don't know. He's only been there once. Did he have 10
Magic
turnovers?
Johnson and Russell Westbrook conversations? Please.
Russell Westbrook
Most
didn't do that. Chill was
turnovers
just trying to
in,
hypothesize, and
I
Russ
don't
was
think-
the
I
first
don't
one to come
think
to
Russ
I
mind.
is
think if he
10.
didn't do it, he was close to it.
Russ ain't do that in the finals.
Magic
But-
still has the record.
Don't you worry, Magic, because
Magic
Tyrese
has
gonna
the
do it next
record,
game.
and Magic is second on the list. He's the top 2.
Hallie gonna do
I
it
mean,
next
with
game.
that being said, though, he's probably top 2 in assists averaged over
For sure.
the finals
Absolutely.
too.
But Magic
Like,
has won
so-
10 turnovers. Then his second is 9. Luka's third with 8. LeBron is third with 8. Draymond has 8. Steph has 8. LeBron has 8 again. Ginobili has 8. Kenyon Martin has 8. Basically, a lot of people have 8. Magic Johnson's also there with 8. So Magic Johnson has the first, the second, and the third most turnovers in a finals game. Shout out to him. But yeah, anyway.
All right, fellas, before we get into our top 10, and before we actually get into our top 10, we are going to have to throw out a lot of names, and then we'll kind of narrow it down from there. It is a lot of people that deserve honorable mentions. But before we get into this, y'all already know the drill. Like the video, turn on your notification bells, subscribe, and shout out to all of our Hall of Famers. My man Braden, Multi-Kenny, Arch, y'all know the GOAT Arch, Worldwide Mace Television, Joe Breezy, Jason Grillionaire, Minor, Teddy Hart. Shout out to Kid Vale and shout out Rob Deere. You guys are all Hall of Famers. If you're not a Hall of Famer, well, step your game up. Don't be like Scottie Pippen. Be like Kobe Bryant. All right, y'all. We got a couple super chats, so I want to read some of these, and then we're going to go ahead and get into this list. D3 said, Penn been trying to rage bait Ox for far too long. Yesterday was disgusting. Instead of talking ball, he resorts to personal shots and name calling when he's calling you win. Oh no, when losing a debate. This has to stop. Thought he was calling you win, Penn.
1, wasn't losing the debate. 2, I don't want to hear nothing about personal insults if you're going to tell me that your 5-year-old son knows more about basketball than I do. So don't act like it's one way. It's 2-way, and it's perfectly fine. We can move on.
And also, I'd like to
I mean,
retract
5
my-
years old is damn near 10. So,
I'd like to retract my
Round it up.
which is
Russell
damn near
West-
20.
Russell Westbrook barely averaged 2 turnovers a game in the NBA Finals. That's my fault.
Damn.
Huh?
Yeah, put some respect on
Ah!
Russ. Put some respect on Russ. I didn't think he was going to be on that.
And he
list.
damn near averaged a double-double, right?
Russ took care of basketball in that.
Keep
in-
shaking your head, Kenny.
Let's see. Russell Westbrook in the finals. If I see 21, 8, and 8.
Man, I'm
We
telling
got-
you. Come on, damn near finals
Russell
triple-double.
Westbrook.
Come on.
Come on. I believe in you, Russ.
I do
where is it?
too.
2012 NBA Finals. 27.
27 points?
Yeah. What else was it? Minutes?
I didn't know he
27,
averaged that much.
27 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 6.5
7.
assists.
7.
27, 7, and 7, which is
27.
basically 27, 8, and 8, which is basically a damn near triple double.
27, 7, and 7.
Damn near triple double.
Shout out Russ.
My son's 9.
Oh, 9, damn near 10. See,
Whatever.
which is damn near 20.
Gregory became a YouTube member. Shout out to Gregory. And Cheese, y'all know Cheese. He's one of the GOATs as well. Cheese sent through a members chat and said, I've heard some nasty takes in PC, but saying Stockton has a better handle than CP3 is one of the worst. The PC, though.
We can't relitigate this, can we?
We
No.
don't
No,
need to. We don't, need
we don't have to.
Yeah,
Good.
we don't need
And I don't care if he thinks that. I couldn't care less if he thinks that.
I'm Drake Q became a YouTube member in 88. Switch us?
88 switches.
switches.
Mhm.
88 switches. Shout out to 88 switches.
Can't outrun them.
Okay, now run them.
88 switches.
Blow sent through a members chat and said, damn near only counts in grenades and horseshoes.
So if a team loses game 7, can we say they damn near won?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Right.
But it depends.
But the Warriors,
Like,
damn near won the chip.
Yeah,
The
but you can't get blown out.
The
in game
Jazz, the
Yeah,
Jazz,
they lost by 4. So they
the
damn near
Jazz
won the
almost won the
Can I give them a
championship.
damn near championship?
The Jazz damn near won the championship in '98.
I mean, did they? Didn't even make it through game 7. How?
Well, they lost by, I think in game 6 they lost by 1, with the exception of game 4 where they got blown out by 40. They lost in overtime in game 1. I mean, they won in overtime in game 1. I think they lost. It was a 1-possession game in game 2. They won they lost game 3. They got blown out in game 4. Game 5, Then they won in a dogfight, and in Game 6 they lost by 1. So they damn near won.
It depends on who you're talking to, man. It depends. It just depends on who you're talking to.
Mhm.
You got to know how to change.
Damn near gonna be my best friend from now on.
Shout out damn near. And also shout out to Antoine Barnes. Antoine Barnes sent through a members chat and said, my favorite color is red.
That's damn near orange.
Shout out orange. All right, fellas, let's go ahead and get into this list. We are trying to figure out the 10 best individual series on the NBA Finals stage. So I think it's probably easiest if we just get the unanimous ones out the way.
What are the unanimous ones?
What are the unanimous ones?
What are the unanimous ones?
I don't know.
I got a
You just
couple
said
of
it as
names.
if that was.
Why do we have to get the unanimous ones
Are
out
there
the way?
unanimous ones? Can we just talk about it?
100% there's unanimous ones.
Oh, so
Wait,
say
I
the
want-
unanimous ones.
All right, well, I mean, if you asking me, I
You
would
said one
damn
player
near
per. You
say
said one player per. Like you're gonna have one player
Yeah.
once, right?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mars.
Yeah.
So we only get one finals per player. So you can't, it's not going to be 5 LeBron James finals, even though
That
it
wouldn't be anyway.
But
That wouldn't.
yeah. But it's not going to be that. You're not going to get 4 MJ finals or all 6 Kareem finals. No, 7.
He went to 10, but
Well, 7, like, where he's eligible. But either way it goes, every player only gets 1. So I guess let's go ahead and get into it. And the
finals they lost.
yes.
Interesting.
I mean, obviously, it's going to be a tax to it. Well, you guys might tax it. I'm
Yeah, if they damn near won, then
Gotta stop this one.
All right. Well, the first one I'm going to throw out there, I think it's the most obvious. I think it's the best finals. And I'm going to go with Michael Jordan in 93.
Yeah, it's my number 1 too.
Won't get no pushback from me.
yeah, I wouldn't argue with you.
I had 16 as I had
41
James,
points.
I had James in 16 in the
Oh
finals.
man, that was
That's my number 2. 41 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists. His centers were terrible that series. Think they shot below 40% from the field. Didn't grab a lot of rebounds, so it was really a carry job for sure.
In that series, Jordan led every game in scoring, not surprisingly.
Yep.
But he had 31 points, 42 points, 44 points, 55 points, 41 points, and 31 points.
What
was
game
awesome.
was it where he was shot chucking? Was it game 3? He was shot chucking crazy.
Oh, it is safe to assume every game. But
Nah, but that was one
No.
game he was shot chucking crazy. I'm gonna find it.
I know the game that
Yeah,
when he had
it was the triple overtime game 3. Yeah, he was shot chucking crazy. Shout out to him, Shout out to him.
I know you.
24,
I know you're not gonna let my man get in here. I know y'all not. So I'm just gonna get it out the way right now. You know what I'm saying? I want 22, 6, and 5 in here. All right. I know the numbers don't jump off the board.
Is that Scottie Pippen's damage triple double?
No, that's Paul Pierce 08.
Oh,
I need some Paul
Yo,
Pierce love 08, man. Hold on, Ron. Game 6. What about game 5? I'm just saying, man, give me some Paul Pierce love for a second. I mean, he had to step up and guard Bean. I mean, Cole was on a mission. Paul,
I think the Celtics.
I know y'all not gonna give Paulie no love anyway. So I'm just want to throw it out there. I think 08 Paul Pierce. I think he did his thing in that finals.
Any other game where he scored like 5 points?
No, I think his low was like 17 or 11. Let me check.
I'm pretty sure.
that was in 08.
It was game 2 or 3. They lost and he had like 5 points.
The Lakers should have beat them. They had them dudes in
Man,
the
I don't
Super Bowl.
care. That's
They
one game. You talking about one game?
I mean, that's only 6. One game hurts.
The Lakers should have 100%.
Like this ain't an 82 game season where one game can be glossed
No,
over by the other 81. That was.
One minute. Hold on.
I'm
Okay,
pretty.
I
I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize, Paul.
No, he
It might have
didn't.
been-
No, I got it right here. He didn't. He had 7. Oh shit, yeah, he did. He had in game 6. Yeah, that's one game. Game 3, he had 6. But he had like I said in game 5. See, I didn't even know it was 38. I thought he had like 33. He had 38 in game 5.
The other
make
game
up
they
for that.
lost. The other game they lost.
Look,
But they damn near won, right? They damn near won.
Look, I know y'all weren't gonna give Paulie no love anyway. I just wanted to throw
No,
it in.
I do think Paul Pierce. I do think Paul Pierce was good in that series. I just think the issue is I could argue KG and Ray Allen were just as good.
I think KG
the
played
issue for
amazing.
me is that series probably isn't top 25.
No.
Oh, it's not. I don't think.
I mean, but y'all,
Every-
because a minute ago we was gonna talk about who they were playing against.
Can everyone
He was
just
playing against 2008 Kobe Bryant?
does everyone just have like a list of very, very quickly 2, 3, 4, 5 honorable
I'd have
mentions? They just
2000.
want to very
I'd
quickly
have
throw out,
2002. I'd have 2002
just so we don't have to.
I got 04 Ben Wallace.
I got 95.
11
bro,
points.
come on, dog.
11 to
Come
14
on.
in the paint, banging with Shaq for 5. Come on, what? He averaged 14 rebounds.
We can show love to defenders. I do think that's possible.
He averaged 14
run.
He had
But we can't
14
show love to
rebounds,
defenders.
11 points, and he was in the paint for 5 straight games, banging with Shaq. He didn't lock Shaq, but he made it harder.
For sure.
He made it harder than anybody ever did. Nobody else made it hard. And yeah, he had a little help.
Sabonis.
I knew that was coming.
RV, but we're not talking about him right now. Ben Wallace, come on, bro. 14 boards and 11 points from Ben Wallace, and he was banging with Shaq for 5 straight games. Made it hard for the big fella. And he airballed 4 free throws.
I wouldn't have.
Y'all don't got to put him on. Y'all got to show Big Ben no love. But
I have 02 Shaq. 02 Shaq for me is his best finals performance. So.
See, Mars.
That's an honorable mention.
Oh no, that's just what I have on my list.
I'm just curious if everyone just has some honorable mentions, like some performances that didn't make it on the list for y'all.
Well,
to be fair,
I didn't actually make a list of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a bunch of names.
Yeah, I just have names. I don't know who would be 11th or whatever, but I just have a bunch of names. So I'm gonna sit that out. But 02 Shaq.
That's why I said let's start with the unanimous ones and let's get the 10 out the way, and then we could talk about other good finals performances like Ben Wallace and Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
So
can I quickly give you my 5 honorable mentions?
All right, I guess we just don't care who's playing again.
Go ahead.
92 Jordan, right? I think that was.
We already got 93 on there.
Yeah, that's why I said honorable mention.
Honorable mention. 92 Jordan. So it didn't make my list because 93 Jordan already made my list.
They won Game 6 in spite of
yeah.
them.
2017 Kevin Durant.
91 Jordan was better.
27 KD honorable mention.
Yeah,
90 Jordan.
2017 KD honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Yep.
Yeah, because I got 2018 KD making it.
Huh?
Yeah, 17 KD was better than 18 KD. No doubt.
Yeah, I need an explanation. 18 KD was better than 17 in the finals.
Penn, what's your stance on that? Why is 18 KD better than 17 KD?
My stance is I screwed up.
Okay, that's fine. It happens.
I was like sorting through my Excel sheet. I'm like, why is 35 points per game on my honorable mentions? My bad.
Yeah, because 2017 KD was like a shoe.
100%.
2017.
No doubt.
So 2018 KD is my honorable mention.
Okay.
2003 Tim Duncan. Honorable mention.
No
well,
way.
It's because I just don't respect the Nets.
I'm here to tell you.
2020 Jimmy Butler, honorable mention. And this is the hardest.
So opponent does matter, yo? Is that what we're saying?
For me, it's just for me, opponent matters insofar as like if you're going against a bad team, I do think there's relevance to that. But like the New Jersey Nets, we're an elite defense. If an offensive player fries that defense, I'm not going to tax it because the Nets offense sucked. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the context around all of this matters. Like, who was your primary defender? Like, I do care that Dwayne Wade's, like, a lot of his buckets in the 06 finals came against someone that I deem to be a pretty good defender. So that matters to me. And the final one, this is hard, man. I don't know how he's on my honorable mentions, but I got to put him here is Steph Curry, 2022.
I got him honorable mention too.
Yeah, I think that's a fair honorable mention. Like I said, I don't have 10, but I think 22 would be a fair honorable mention.
I think 08 Paul Pierce was better than 22 Steph Curry.
I have 02 Shaq on the list. I think that's Shaq's best finals performance. He decimated the Nets. I understand it was the Nets, but when you look at all of Shaq's finals opponents, whether that be the Pacers, the Sixers, or the Nets, I don't think you're exactly spoiled for choice of, this opponent was so elite. So I'm going to go with where I think Shaq was the most dominant in the finals, and I think that was the Nets series. He destroyed them. Like that's what he did. He destroyed all 3 of those teams, but for me, the Nets was the series in which he was the best on both sides of the ball. So I went with 02 Shaq, but if you guys have a different Shaq, I don't care. As long as Shaq's on the list.
I got 2000 Morris. 38
Yeah, but then he
points.
fouled out of that game, and Kobe saved the legacy.
That was game 5, right?
4.
Game 4?
Yeah, game 4. That's
Hey,
when
Morris,
that's when
he
they went up
fouled out.
3-1.
He fouled out with 36 and 21.
Oh, so damn near a 40-point 20 game.
Yo.
No, but like I get it. Like I get it. Like Shaq dominated everything. Like Shaq dominated 2000, 01, and 02. But then when I look at it, like which series had no holes, for me it was 02. Like if you're gonna nitpick, because you said Shaq can only be there once. If I'm gonna nitpick a finals, 2000 has that hole. Like even in the game he played great. Fouled out. Kobe Bryant had to bring him home. 02. What would be the hole in Shaq's game in that series? There was no hole. He was just impenetrable. That's why, even though 2000 Shaq was a better player to me, but in that individual finals, I think Shaq played.
Chill, because you were there. Like, what was the hardest one to get of those 3?
Oh, 2001.
Against
Shaq is not one.
against
Shaq is not
Mutombo?
one. Yeah, Shaq is not one of those guys that you can big him up, Ron. He's not one of those guys that you can tell him that he's awesome. No, don't do that to him. Tell him that he sucked. So when I told him that,
That's
Mutombo
his dad. That's his dad talking.
Mutombo don't need a double team against you. And not only does he not need a double team against you, man, I seen you earlier in the season. Like, he handled you pretty good. You think he could slow me down? Man, I'm just saying, man. I mean,
so that was the one Shaq wanted the most, if that makes sense.
He handled you pretty good. I mean,
You know which one was hardest, Chill?
when
Probably
y'all
the one
played
he shouldn't have been at.
Which one was that?
02.
You know?
For what it's worth, in the 02 finals, Shaq shot 66% from the line. Shout out to Gorilla for bringing this to my attention.
Mhm.
In 2000, 39%.
Yeah, he wasn't good at the stripe. He was not.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm going with 02 Shaq. I'm like 2000 Shaq is a better player than 2002 Shaq. But in the finals, I've got 02. I'm sorry. He averaged in that series, he averaged 36 and 12, shot 60% from the, damn near 60%, and 66% from the line. Like, I'm taking that. I understand 17 rebounds a game, 38 points, blah, blah, blah. 39% from the line is criminal. I'm sorry. That's criminal. So I'm going with 02 Shaq. I'm going with 02.
One of those games he missed 21 free throws. He was like 18 for 39 from the line.
Yeah, he was 36.
Glad you said that, John.
Come on.
This game right here. He shot 39 free throws.
Come on, Ron.
Yeah, like
He had 40 points on 39 free throws. Ron.
He only made 18
Hey.
of them.
Y'all can say what y'all want. This ain't a bad game from Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no one saying it's bad. Ron, I'm saying he scored 40 and shot 39 free throws. He should have scored 100.
Yeah.
But hey,
He gave you 40 and 24. And part of the reason why I am going with 2000, and I mean, I guess we can all vote on this right now. Part of the reason why is because you could tax him positively and negatively, but he did it over a 6-game span. Whereas in 2002, he just swept him. Now, you could say he was just so dominant in 2002 that he just ran through him. You can say that. But I'm saying in 2000, he gave you a larger sample size. So he did it over 6 games. He had 6 games of dominance.
And a larger sample size is a negative, bro.
I'm not beating you for being able to beat a team quicker. I think that's a testament. Beating a team in 4 is always going to be better than beating a team in 7. So, but I got 02 Shaq. That's where I'm at. You guys can vote because I think you all agree Shaq's on the list in some capacity.
Yeah, he's on the list.
Which Shaq do you want? 2000, 01, or 02? It's up to you guys.
Not 02.
Who you going? So which one you taking, Ox?
I
gotta rewatch.
I'll take 2000.
Series, man.
That was all 2001. That was all amazing. You know,
Ox, in
stretches.
specific, which games should I watch in that series? That
watch
really
them all, bro. Watch them more.
If you wanna get depressed, I mean game 6 would be where.
But John, you should watch. I'm
saying for Kings fans. Game 6.
You should watch all of them just to see the whole series and just see how good we really were. A lot of people don't know.
I got you. I'm be my little in between finals game thing.
But yeah, it looks like 2000 shots won't make the list. But
who you got, kid?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I gotta go with 2000. I think 2001 is the worst, and I actually think 2002 is the best. But I got to go with 2000 because I just think the supporting cast, Kobe's injury, the context, the team. I actually ranked the team, like that was an experienced Indiana team with like really good players. I'm not sure how y'all feel about that 2002 Nets team versus the 2000 Indiana team, but who do you actually think would win in a series? Because I think like they handled in 2002. They swept them. It was not close, right? So, yeah, I guess I would say 2002 is the best player, and the analytics actually do back that up. 2002 is the best player by far
in the finals, right?
In the finals. 2002 Shaq in the finals was the best version of himself. But I also think, again, like that just kind of comes down to like who's harder to score on, the Nets center or Rick Smits. You know what I mean? Like, so
I mean, Shaq didn't get one-on-one coverage regardless. So like,
no, I understand. I understand that.
Really,
Kenyon Martin's like, you know, he's decent, but shit.
He did
Kenyon
against
Martin was
Philly.
damn good, but yeah, but it looks like 2000 Shaq won't win. But I think whichever Shaq series you go with, I think that's top 2, personally.
But like Todd McCullough, though, bro.
He set the
Respect
record for
to
blocks.
Todd McCullough.
Yeah, no, I got Shaq
Todd's a hooper. Todd's a good player, but like
He set the
shit.
record for blocks in the game, by the way, in that 2002 series. It was in game. I want to say it was game 2. He blocked 8 shots in that game.
He averaged 3 blocks.
Yeah, he blocked 8. He blocked 8 shots in that game. Set a record for.
It sounds like you guys are saying 02 was better. Like
I just as much as I dug 02, and I didn't think Sacramento was with the drama, and they proved it. But 01,
proved it by getting cheated. Yeah.
01 was the series. Even though I picked 2000 round, I got to retract that because I had never seen him more motivated than he was in 01. Never. And not only had I never seen him more motivated, I never seen him meaner than he was in 01. Like he really wanted blood with that dude. He really wanted, like, I'm gonna kick this dude ass. You don't think that I'm good enough? You think that dude better? You think he's gonna slow me down? We're gonna get to the bottom of that. And after he roughed him up the way he did, Ox, I told him, I said, if you never win another championship again, I'm cool with that. But I could watch that shit all day. The way he beat him up and he destroyed Mutombo, oh, I love that.
Does Shaq arguably have the best 3 finals?
Yeah,
back to back.
The best 3-year stretch of finals performances ever, in my opinion.
Yes.
I don't think it's close.
I mean,
Jordan?
I think
we can have that conversation.
It's Jordan or Shaq. It's one of those two.
Those are the top 2 easily, and I'm going to do that.
Sure.
And if Kevin Durant had not gotten injured in 2019, respectfully, he would be there too.
Yes, he would be up there.
Those are the.
I think Shaq from 2000 to 02 is the best 3-year stretch of finals.
I'm glad you brought that up, Mars. Is 91 Shaq? Is 91 Jordan better than 2000 Shaq
in the finals?
In the finals,
no.
Shaq was awesome in the finals, but Michael
and so was Jordan. He averaged like 11 assists, so damn near
31 and 11.
Yes,
he was amazing.
Triple double.
Yeah,
31 and 11.
Yeah, exactly. Damn near. Like we're talking about 2 of, in my opinion, 2 of the 3 greatest peaks in NBA history.
Shaq was getting triple teamed. Shaq was getting double teamed. And then Shaq was single coverage. I didn't understand what they were doing. They kind of left Rick Smits on them early in the game, and then they started doubling them, and then he started finding Bryant. And
you couldn't score Shaq at the rim.
Nope.
Couldn't score him
defensively. He was fantastic. But Jordan also took the assignment as much as he could. Jordan was fantastic in the mid-range and in transition. That was Air Jordan at that point. He still was Air Jordan at that point. 2001 Shaq. I thought
if you want to factor in competition too, like the Lakers were better than the Pacers. So that I think that would,
even with James Worthy getting hurt, even with Byron Scott getting hurt. No, Mars.
And then you factor in that the Bulls were a better team than the Lakers, in my opinion.
The Bulls were better. I'm not gonna argue that. The Bulls.
I got Shaq. Yeah, I got Shaq.
If we're not just talking finals, if we're just talking, I mean, I know we are just talking finals, but I'm saying if we're just talking 3 straight playoff runs,
yeah,
Kobe from 08 to 2010 is up there too.
I agree.
I'm
pure player friends.
Okay,
Kobe's
just the finals. Just the finals.
Just the finals. No.
Yeah, I think 08 really like. He wasn't the best in 08. I think
in 2010 he wasn't the best either.
They were winning though, but his inefficiency.
Happens when you play against Paul Pierce, Mars.
When you have a broken,
I think the entire Celtics defense did a really good job on Kobe in 08.
But yeah, whole playoff run, I think Kobe gets in there. Finals exclusively no, but yeah, for me, 2000 Shaq I think played better in the finals than 91 MJ.
All right, John.
Merry Christmas, John D.
Later, brother.
01 versus 92. I think that's closer.
I think that was the best version of Jordan.
Yeah, I think that's closer, but I also I got Shaq, man. I got Shaq. I don't know what to tell you. I got Shaq.
Y'all, it's so we're really splitting hairs. So with Shaq,
taking Jordan
I'm
in
putting
92.
2000 and 2002. Like Shaq is the only one that gets this exception.
Was Shaq in 2002
That's
better than
crazy.
Jordan in 93?
93 is Jordan's like creme de la creme finals.
Yes.
But you think 2002 Shaq's creme de la creme?
Is
My thing is, it just
Right.
looked like obviously Jordan looked
Jordan better.
phenomenal, but Shaq's just it looked, felt, and just was a little different just due to the sheer dominance of him doing whatever he wanted to.
the Nets
It really
defense was
wasn't
better
fair.
than the Suns too. Like the Suns were a mid defense. The Nets were like a top 3 defense in the NBA. If
They
you
were
want to factor that in.
Well, I mean, Ron, like Jordan, because Jordan played with the same level of violence as Shaq did. It just
It
look-
wasn't
it
in a
just didn't look
7-1,
as-
300-pound.
Right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think the violence, I think the intention was the same, if not even
Oh, yeah,
more
for
from
sure.
Jordan. But it was just the sheer size of this
Yeah.
dude in playing that violent at that. Ron, that's dangerous, bro. You'll get hurt out there playing with that dude. Like that was dangerous basketball. He was hurting people.
So getting ran over by a semi as opposed to getting ran over by a Ferrari ain't the same thing.
Yeah, I mean you going out either way, but you know what I'm saying. It's a different, it's a different situation.
That
you know what
semi
I'm
truck
saying?
is gonna destroy you.
Right.
Like the
You know what I'm
Ferrari
saying?
might flip you over a couple of times, but that semi is gonna flatten you.
Yeah, man.
38-17-2, followed by 33-16-5, followed by 36-12-4. All with at least like 3 blocks per game. 2.7, 3.4, 2.8.
Yeah, it was just.
I mean, we're not gonna be box score merchants about this, right? Like,
I mean, for sure. I mean, I think I spoke everything I needed
Nah,
to say.
but, I mean, come on,
that's
though,
the first
man.
time I've quoted the box score. Like,
I'm
Hey,
not.
like,
I think I've said enough about Shaq's game.
Let me tell you what bothers me
justify
about.
just reading
Let me
books.
tell you what bothers me about Shaq. It's like watching Shaq in '93 because I was,
Free throws.
barely alive, but like I was alive enough to know that this is a big deal. You gotta watch Shaquille O'Neal.
Mhm.
Watching him go from 93 to 95, vague interest in the NBA, watching the 95 finals. I know that they lost, and it's very easy to go back and say they were supposed to lose. They were young. They were this. I thought they could have won. And every single time Shaq played, I thought they can win. So the way I look at basketball careers is how much did you leave on the table? I think Shaq should have been the greatest player of all time. Seriously. Watching him play in 93, 94, man among boys. Like watching this dude.
Yeah,
like,
but don't let that affect you how you look about his final performances though. In comparison to Jordan's.
Well, I genuinely think Jordan was the better player, but I think Shaq should have been the better player. But I also think Michael Jordan got 99% of whatever he was supposed to be. He got it right. And he got it however he needed to get it. Like people act like this guy was the most generational, prospect ever. No, he went third. Right? So he was as a freshman in North Carolina, no one saw this coming. No one saw this coming in high school. So for him to just get it, that's why I think I have a little bit more respect for how he, carried himself. In the finals, he just took it up to a new level, right? I mean, he wasn't a great three-point shooter, but in back-to-back finals, he's shooting over 40% from three. Like, this guy just dialed it up to a new level. I got to respect that, even though it doesn't culminate in 3 blocks per game.
Yeah, well, as of right now, we know that we have Shaq on the list. So right now, I have 93 Jordan. We still have to figure out what Bron it is, but Chill said 16 Bron. So I have 16 Bron on the list. We know Bron will potentially be on the list. And then I have 2000 and 2002 Shaq. Shaq will just get the grace of 2 years.
What? You giving him 2 years?
That's crazy, man. That's ridiculous.
Y'all choose. Flip a coin.
The rule
right,
was
well,
one.
We'll give him 2000. We'll give him 2000. It was
because if he getting 2, Jordan getting 2 as well.
Well, no,
Shoulder
it's
shrug,
the same. It's the
shoulder
same
shrug.
thing. It's the same.
I'd be perfectly fine just having Shaq 2000 to 02 and MJ 91 to 93. I'd be perfectly fine.
We could do that.
I think me and Pin thought you were using up 2 spots.
Oh no, not 2 spots. I'm just saying like both of those years.
I'd be perfectly fine with just writing it.
Oh well, if it's 1 spot, I don't care. Then I don't care how you put it. You can label.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine as long as it uses 1 spot. I'm perfectly fine just having their 3 finals listed there. Like I wouldn't.
You could just put Shaq all finals besides 02. Boom, and we good.
All right,
I still
y'all.
don't think Sacramento would have beat the Nets, but that's just me.
Sacramento would have whooped the
What?
Nets. Sacramento would have
See,
whooped the
see,
Nets.
Now I know. Now I know this has nothing to do with the Lakers versus Shaq. This is Sacramento hatred. Shaq, chill. You have let the Laker media cartel coerce you into being a Kings hater if you even for a second really believe that. We would have beat them worse than the Lakers beat them.
Yeah, they had
I'm
no
just fucking
answers.
with you,
They
Oz.
had no answers for
I'm just fucking
C
with you,
Web.
Oz.
They had no answers
I
for
wanted to
Vlade.
see. I wanted to see if I can get your blood pressure up. That's all I did.
Okay, cool.
All right, chill. You might not say it, but we don't got time for that, y'all. We only are talking about winners in this conversation, the people that were in the finals. So
not
moving
the
on-
teams that were robbed of a finals appearance. We're not talking about those teams. We can't talk about them.
It's not this episode, Pin.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this
maybe
directly
when we
to the
go
camera.
biggest robberies of all time
Tim
in the title.
Donaghy. Fuck him.
Damn.
Just so you know, I want
He said.
really quickly, Ron, before we move on. Penn, I don't know if you know this, but you know how many games Tim Donaghy refed in that series?
I'm assuming 2.
How about 0? Not one
That's
game
not,
did he ref
that's
in
not
that
the
series.
point. That's not the point.
Not one game did he ref in that series. I just want to put that on your mind. He had money on it. We know that. That's a fact. That 100% did have money on it. But he ref 0 of
So
those
do you
series.
think that
Yeah,
series
I
wasn't
don't-
rigged? Do you think that series wasn't rigged?
It was rigged. I watched
I'm
him
asking
punch,
Chill.
punch
Does Chill
Mike
think the
Bibby
series
in the
was rigged?
face.
Yeah,
Chill, do you think the series was rigged?
I 100% do. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We good.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
because
what
I
I
just
was
want to
gonna
be. I want to be clear. You don't have to be at the scene of the crime to be charged with conspiracy.
Yeah.
These are
put the
there's
plan together.
There's FBI investigation,
Mhm.
FBI documented proof that this
Yeah.
was a rigged series.
Yeah, you can put the plan. You could put the plan together and not be there when it jumps off. Just so we clear, John Gotti wasn't there when Paul Castellano got smoked. He wasn't there, even though he put the whole plan together.
Were you
Yeah.
there?
I was not there.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I was not. I had nothing to do with that. But go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
That's what
Yeah,
you're
let me
supposed to say,
find out.
Chill.
Let me find out you was across the street with that happened.
No.
All right, y'all. I guess it's time to go ahead and get into LeBron. Let's figure out which LeBron James final series was his best.
16 is the only one. All right.
I think 16. for
Was
me.
it?
Yeah. I
I mean, it's either going to be
16.
16 or a year in which he lost.
Right.
13 was awesome. I'm not going to argue 13.
I don't agree.
I think 13 was awesome. And now the reason why I think 13 was awesome was because later in the series, like early on in the series, he wasn't good. I think
That's why I don't agree.
I think he got progressively better as the series went on. And when we got late into the series, game 6, game 7, I think he just got so much better. And how he played in game 7 was the icing on the cake. I'm not going to argue that point. But for what he did in 16, I'm of the belief, and you guys have sold me on this, just because you set the house on, just because you put the fire out does not mean that you're a hero. You don't want to set the house on fire. So the fact that they fell in the hole 3-1, I can't praise you for that because you guys fell in the hole. But they did come out of it though. And what he had to do to come out of that, back-to-back 40-point games, the fact that game 7, we're in the meat and potatoes of the game and nobody else can score except him. He's the only one who can do that. He also had to go to the free throw line.
But, you know.
Well, Kyrie hit the 3, no doubt about that. But he also had to go to the line to ice the game in order for them to win, because it's still a one-possession game when Kyrie Irving hits that 3. Before that, after Kyrie Irving hit that 3, the Warriors still have an opportunity to win if James doesn't go to the stripe and ice that game. So with that being said, I think that everything that he did, them coming back, him controlling the pace of the game, his scoring, him dominating that series, 16 was, I think, his best performance.
Does the order you win really matter when you beating a 72-73 win team? Like, does it matter they got down 3-1 and they can't come back? Just the fact that they got 4 wins on that team is pretty amazing.
It'd be more amazing if they swept.
Well,
Yeah,
sure.
If they would have smoked, if you can imagine them smoking,
So, yeah, I think the order of the wins.
I mean,
Yes.
this might be the math nerd in me, but I always look at every series as first to 4. I really
Yeah.
don't care how we get there. I just got to figure out a way to win 4 games before the other team wins 4 games.
but then if
So-
Golden State
I don't think that's
would've
being a
won-
nerd. I think that's just sport. I think every team looks at it as we have to win 4.
Sure,
No,
he can't.
but I
what's
think
the most
but
impressive?
I think
though?
When
Steve
we're
Nash had a-
evaluating, it makes sense.
But here's
to
the
just
thing.
say
Here's the thing.
keeping it.
You know, two quotes come to mind. One, Lucas saying everybody talk shit when they're up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Number 2 was Steve Nash saying, in the playoffs, every time you win, you think you're never going to lose again. And every time you lose, you think you're never going to win again.
Sure.
And it does feel like, you know, when you have those 2 games to sort of simmer on a loss, when you start playing with a lead, it tells me a lot about you. When you start playing out of a hole, like you're down 3-0, it also tells me a lot about you. The Minnesota Timberwolves, no disrespect, they were down 3-1. What happened? They got clapped in game 5. They didn't show up, right? So it's like, I guess it does matter, you know, to defeat my own point. It does matter that you come back from down 3-1 because a lot of teams give up at 3-1. So it shows resilience of character.
Especially against that crew, especially against that Golden State team that was as
Facts.
dominant as they were.
Facts.
But
I can agree with that.
but
I
to
think
counter
the
your
Cavs would
point,
rather sweep them, but-
I was about to say that, Mars. I mean, to counter your point, if they would have ended up running right by Golden State in 4 games, or let's say Golden State wins the first 2 games at home and then Cleveland wins the next 4 games, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I just think for me, I think it doesn't ultimately matter whether you win the series in 7 or you win the series in 4, as long as you win the series. But then if I'm choosing between which one I'd rather do, I'd rather win in as few games as possible, just for many reasons. But one is just don't want to lose any games, period.
You don't care
And
about
then-
ratings?
No.
Okay.
So, but if I'm evaluating like the 2016 finals, like I think LeBron played great, and I think the lore of it is boosted by the fact they came back 3-1, like obviously. But I'm just looking at how LeBron played. If he would have played better and they swept him, I'm not saying they didn't sweep them because he didn't play better, but I'm saying if he would have played better and they swept, I'd rate his performance higher than if he played the way he did and they won in 7. It's just how well do you play?
Can I point out a logical curiosity? I wouldn't say inconsistency, but a curiosity. Why is it that every single time a team is up 3-0, you rooting for the comeback?
Because I would love to see a comeback.
So then you do care about it. You do care that if a
I'm
series
speaking from the perspective of if I'm on the team, I don't care. If I'm analyzing the series, I also don't care. If I'm talking about what I want as
a fan,
yeah, I'm a fan. I enjoy basketball. I would love to see a 3-0 comeback. It's never happened before, so I enjoy that. I'm
That'd be great for content too.
I'm also saying the team that's up 3-0, if they win in a sweep, good work. If they win in game 7, good work. You still won the series, but they would rather win in the sweep.
I think sweeps are just bad for basketball, personally. Like I understand what you're saying. Like from the perspective of the team, it doesn't matter, but from the perspective of the league, it does.
Well, yeah, that's why the league is trying to get parity. Like, they don't want sweeps.
Are we going to get Giannis in here?
Oh, for sure. He's number 4.
I'd have
for
Giannis
me.
in here.
He's number 4 for me.
While we on Braun, though,
I wouldn't have him at number 4, but he'd be here.
So it sounds like 2016 may just be the year. I do want to throw out a couple other years too, though. Now, obviously, in some of these years he lost.
2011,
but 2011.
Yes, 2011. Garbage.
But I want to throw out 2015. He lost that year, and he didn't really shoot the best, but he damn near averaged a 36-point triple-double.
In 2015?
36 points, 13 rebounds, 8.8 assists.
that's closer to damn near triple double.
He had 340 pieces, led 5 of the 6 games in scoring. So he once again, he didn't shoot. They lost, and he didn't necessarily shoot the best from the field, but he was LeBron James.
The issue is the one game he didn't lead in scoring was the game 4 when they were already up 2-1. If he played
They
better
were
in
ahead
that
in
game,
that series.
if he played better in that game, who knows what happened? So the one game he didn't lead in scoring was probably the one game they needed him to lead in scoring.
Does
Like, the most.
Does Jokic's
That was game 4.
2023 does that rank top 10? For
I
you?
got that.
Hold up, Pete.
I
We gonna
doubt
get
so.
there. We
I
try to
do
figure out
doubt
which Brian year.
16. We know what year.
We know.
To the conclusion.
All right.
We
I'm
passed
just
that,
making
bro.
sure.
You just wanted to talk about Bronson more.
No,
We
well,
came to the conclusion on the jump.
I told you I wanted to shout out 2 years, 2015, but I also want to shout out 2020 too. 2020, that was
and
his
the
high,
mutiny told you it's only 1 per year.
his highest true shooting percentage.
Oh, okay, nice.
He shot damn near 60-40 throughout that whole series, and he averaged around the same numbers, if not better. 30, 12, and 8 damn near.
He was also great in 17 and 8. He was great in 17. 18, he was really good in that game 1. Kind of tailed off a bit towards the end of the series. But like LeBron's had some great final series. It just so happens he loses most of them.
All right. Well, Penn brought up Jokic, so how we feeling about Jokic?
I wouldn't bring him up here. We're at what, 4th?
Yeah, we're at 4.
We haven't
I-
talked
I-
about
I
Giannis.
got
We haven't
I got
talked
yeah,
about
another
Dirk.
one.
I'm talking about Giannis and
Who do I
KD
have?
before I talk about Jokic.
Let me take a look. At
I'm
my
talking
list.
about Dirk before I talk about Jokic.
Yo, I actually do have Giannis and KD over Jokic.
Oh, we had 4. Yeah, I had Shaq at 4, 2000.
So what 3 did you
I
have?
got Shaq at
above?
10.
I had James in 16. I had
But you put James on there twice and Jordan.
I did. That was before that was before I knew that. I
You
only
think
put him
LeBron
once.
had 2 final series better than Shaq?
I said James in 16. I had Jordan in 93. No, I had Shaq at 3, and then I had James at 4. And
So
Shaq in 2000 and James in 13.
just
Okay.
I
just-
get a feeling. I get a feeling that y'all are really trying to, because like I said it 2 times. Y'all ignore y'all. Y'all trying to snub Dirk.
Dirk is not on my
I wouldn't
at
have my
all.
4. I don't know. I'm trying to go in.
Oh,
I'm trying to
oh,
go
oh,
in like
in order.
a chronological
Ox,
order. In my head.
Ox, we
I
know how
like
you
LeBron.
feel about Dirk as a player, right? We definitely did that because I think Dirk was fantastic as a player too. Was that a top 10 all-time performance from Dirk?
That was not a top 20
Yeah,
all-time
what-
performance.
From
from
what
Dirk.
I mean,
Just
from
to,
what I
I understand how you feel about him as a player.
I mean, at some
I
point, we gotta
heard
value the
Lamar-
ability to close games. At some point, we gotta
100%,
value
and he
that
was
ability.
and he was fantastic.
I
No doubt.
heard what Mar said before I got up here, and I'm on that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really not going too far back. Like, yeah, I'm 93 Jordan, yeah, we know. But other than that, like I'm trying to go off the finals that I sat down and watched every minute of. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, I don't want to go too far into that, like the other ones. But as far as what I've seen too, yeah, that was a top 10.
I think 2011 Dirk's run would be undisputedly like top 10. Undisputed. The finals, I think, yeah.
Mm-mm.
I think the finals. I think the finals.
Shooting games.
I think the finals wasn't as impressive as the run. Yeah, I could see that, but that's not saying much. The run was out of this world.
Out of this world.
This
I agree.
I still think he
Not
played
discounting.
He had that game. Was it game 2? He made the game winner. The layup
off the spin to
yeah,
the bucket.
Yeah.
So a game winner in the
Oh,
final.
they went down 0-2, didn't they?
That was
No,
game.
2-1.
No, they went down 2-1.
They
They went down
They
2-1.
went down 2-1.
It was game 2, right? He made
That was
the
game
spin
2 or
off
game
ball,
3,
lefty
one of them.
layup. Like a game winner in the finals, I think holds a lot of weight.
Wait a minute, you talking about with the weekend when he was on the no, Mars, that was game 6. That was for the series. Yes.
No.
When he spun off
bugging?
him at the
Game
was pretty
6 was a
up to
10-point blowout. I mean, by that
Am I
standard.
bugging? Game
And in the fourth,
game 2, he didn't make a game winner.
He did.
I vividly remember in game 6, he vividly going after Chris Bosh and not Dirk Nowitzki, I'm sorry, Udonis Haslem on that left wing, right there at the elbow, going right to the rim with the weak hand. That was it. I remember that was in game 6.
Game 2, the Mavericks won by 2 points.
He hit
So
a
it gotta be
layup
game
with
2.
3.6 seconds to go to put them ahead. It was 93-93.
Yep.
And then D Wade missed a 3 to win the game. So it was 95-93. That was game 2.
I know. I wouldn't know.
Right.
I couldn't have been bugging.
Okay.
Also,
But
shout out to Dwayne Wade. He had 36 points that game.
Yeah.
Before D Wade hurt his hip, he was going crazy. I wouldn't have. I'm thinking like I'm trying to go in close to order as possible. I wouldn't bring up Dirk in the top 5. I wouldn't bring up Dirk in the top 5.
Yeah,
And mind you, if he might not make the list. If y'all don't put him on the list, that's fine. But I'll just make sure we speak on that.
For me,
has
like the
some
next
stinkers.
names on my mind are KD and Giannis. 17 KD, 21 Giannis. Those are the next 2 names that are coming to my mind.
Yep.
I got
Yeah,
Giannis on my list. I just have a few people ahead of him.
I might be blanking on some, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But those are the names that are in my mind. So
Okay, so
All right,
who
well,
we
we-
have so far? We have Jordan, we have LeBron.
we have Jordan, LeBron, and Shaq. We got through the most obvious ones.
So
Here's the thing. I don't think Shaq at 3 is obvious at all.
you think he should be lower?
Yes. I have him 10.
Shaq at 2.
You had 10? Did you say 10?
Yeah, I do.
You got 9 of
Okay,
them.
well, come on. Let's go.
2000?
Let's
get
go
into
speak
that.
on it.
Yeah.
How is Shaq
You
being
want-
put
you want me to give you
lower?
my
I feel
top
like the
10?
top 3 has to be unanimous. Those.
We've all mentioned Giannis. So
I'm
is Giannis on the list? Do we?
Yeah,
do we
Giannis
are we all
on
have
the
Giannis?
list.
Are we
Giannis
playing
on
guess who with
You don't
my
have Giannis on
list?
the list?
Yes,
I don't have
Giannis
Giannis
is on the
my
list.
Mars.
But you have Jokic.
I do have Joker on the list. Yes, that triple double in the finals in 23.
No, I'm not
was
trying to be a contrarian.
that-
He doesn't average a triple double.
in
He averaged like
23.
6 assists.
Yeah, he averaged 7 assists.
In
Not even
23.
damn near. Yeah, he averaged a triple double in the run, not the finals.
Um,
Yeah,
Wait,
might have
you
averaged
don't-
more assists than him.
You don't got Giannis, Chill? I'm surprised.
I
thought you
did
was
not have
No,
Giannis. I had
that-
Joker. I had Joker at
That's incorrect.
6. Yes,
Yeah,
I did. I had
that's
Joker.
incorrect.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
Joker
you-
at 6.
Yeah,
Giannis
I got Giannis over.
Giannis
over
averaged 35, 13, and 5. I'm pretty sure Jokic averaged like
and he
27,
averaged
14,
5
and
stocks,
7.
I want to say, or maybe 3
Yeah,
stocks.
yeah.
3
Jokic
stocks.
did not average a triple double. I can assure you of that. He did not average a triple double.
We can
He
get
didn't even average damn near a triple double. He averaged 7.2 assists.
Chill. Giannis in that series had 2 40-point games and then finished off with a 50-piece.
Did Giannis even play? Yeah, I remember that.
And Jokic averaged 7.2 assists in the finals. I want that to be, because if you have Jokic at 6 because of the triple double, he averaged 7.2 assists. I just want to make that clear.
Yes.
How many boards?
So does that change your
14.
Jokic at 6?
14.
14 rebounds, 30 points.
Because he averaged a triple double during the playoffs, but he didn't average a triple double in the finals.
He
We're
came.
kind of on
Giannis
like
came.
a Dirk thing right now.
I thought that Giannis, and I had to go back and look. I thought that Giannis, because he had missed those last 2 games of the East Finals. I forgot that he played the whole series.
He came back. To
I
game
thought
1.
that I thought that he missed one of those games in the finals. No, he played all 6 of them. Yeah, he ended up playing all 6 of them. Yeah, that Giannis situation might be better than what Joker did. Yeah,
Okay.
I could get with that. Yeah, I could
Well,
get with that.
I'm putting Giannis and Joker on the list for right now. If one of them gets bumped down, they get bumped down. But we know those were
03 Duncan has to be on the list in my opinion.
Yeah. 03 Duncan. Yeah.
I got
Honorable
03
mention
Duncan
for me.
above both of them.
I want to hear Penn's list because you have Shaq lower. You're saying 03 Duncan honorable mention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious about your list. Very
03
curious.
Duncan honorable mention.
Okay, I got Michael Jordan number
criminal.
Okay.
1. 93. I got LeBron 2016 number 2. I got
Okay.
Magic Johnson 87 number 3.
I
can
got
get
that.
that.
I
Okay.
got that.
And the reason for that is I really thought that 87 Celtics team was like one of the best teams in NBA history,
No, they were
and
beat up,
definitely the
though.
deepest.
They were
It
roughed
was
up. They were the 18 Warriors going into the finals. They were roughed up.
19.
They got roughed up.
The 19 Warriors. going
still
into the finals. They
chill
were
when you
roughed up.
when you think about the efficiency, when you think about 26, 8, and 13, when you think about the fact that how many games like he just came up clutch. I know in that final, I think it was game 6, he had like 7 for 21, but he still put
Was
up
that the
with
year he made the
16,
run in
19,
hook?
and 8.
Yes, in 87.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Game
that's my
4.
number 3. Respect the greats. Also the year I was born. So, MVP that year too. I don't know.
Yes.
So number 4, I got Giannis actually, and that's tough for me because I was thinking about Kevin Durant ahead of Giannis, but then I'm like, KD
You got
had more
Shaq
help.
outside the top 5.
Wow.
Sorry. Okay.
And you don't
So-
see none of those 3
This-
straight finals
there's
performances.
no
That's
way.
nuts, man.
We've already debated whether 2000, 2001, or 2002 Shaq was the best. So if we're talking that 3-year run, yeah, it's top 2 all time.
Yeah. Better than Giannis. 2000 was better than Giannis in the final. 2001 was better than Giannis in the final. 2002 was better than Giannis
Yeah,
in the
but you're
final.
Yes.
talking in
I
a
think all
vacuum. Giannis did
What
not
about
face
03
the
Duncan?
New
gotta
Jersey
be in
Nets.
that top 5.
I mean, but
and the Indiana
he-
Pacers.
But
Okay,
he faced
the Pacers
faced
were
the Suns.
the Pacers was legit, but
Rick
faced the
Smith was better than
Suns.
DeAndre Ayton.
We're acting like the
Mutombo
we're
was a
acting
better
like-
defender than
why are we
DeAndre
acting like
Ayton.
the Suns in 21 was some juggernaut?
they're
The-
not. Which is
The
why if we
conversation in
move-
01 was that the Suns made it because the whole West was injured.
I could be moved into moving Giannis down, but I just think Giannis didn't have that A1 superstar on his team. Like he didn't have that
Middleton
A1
averaged
sidekick.
24.
You
Huh?
don't think Kobe in 2000 was an A1 superstar? You said that out of your own mouth.
Was he?
That-
what-
Was
But
he
now
not?
for the
what-
agenda,
what-
he's an
was
A1
he?
superstar.
Was he okay? First of all, he's injured. One for quite a bit. Okay, so that's why Shaq 2000
And
gets
Giannis
the
was
bump
too.
over 2002. But I will say,
Mm.
I think Kobe in 2000 was still better than Chris Middleton and Drew
In the
Holiday.
finals?
No, in the
Combined?
playoffs, as players.
Yeah, but
No,
we're talking
not-
about what
not
they
both
did in
of
the
We're
finals.
just talking about an NBA championship.
That's what I'm
what
asking.
we're talking about.
Oh, he said
That's
him
literally
and
it. The regular season don't mean anything.
Better
Because
than
2000
two
Shaq was obviously a better player than Giannis.
So it seems like my list is basically going to not please anyone unless I
No,
swap
no,
Shaq
no,
at 10
no.
and Giannis at 4. What?
Yes, Mars, you didn't hear that part?
Yeah, yeah.
You already reacted to that.
Mhm.
Did I?
Yes.
So
Yes,
agreed. You said he
Mars.
reacted
React three more
twice.
times. I need to react 10 times for Shaq at 10. That's crazy.
Okay.
And
Cool.
that is ridiculous. But I mean,
don't-
it's
I
your
don't think that-
list.
I don't think
It's
that's that
The
ridiculous.
thing about it is, he's not going to be 10 on the overall list. But
I get that.
It's your list.
Okay.
But can
so
we hear the
numbers-
rest
number-
of them now?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
we hear
So,
5?
so number 5, I got Kevin Durant, 2017. I think it was super impressive. Number 6, I got Hakeem Olajuwon, 1995.
I got that.
Versus the Magic, against Shaq, ironically, because they were underdogs the whole way through, and people forget because they won the previous year. that they were very much underdogs going into that playoff run. They weren't number 1 seed or nothing, and I just think he was huge in the finals. Number 7, I got D Wade, 06 D Wade.
Got that too,
right?
But I got that a little high. Hey, I got that a little higher than 7 pin.
Number 8, I got Nikola Jokic, 2023 versus the Heat. Number 9, I got Larry Bird, 86 against the Rockets. And number 10, I got Shaq. So, I could be moved, it's again, like it's splitting hairs. Like the number 1 for me, number 1, number 2, that LeBron and Jordan, that's like different tier. And Magic, maybe not Magic. LeBron and Jordan, different tier. Everybody else, I can be moved into moving them in different orders, honestly. So, yeah, I hear the logic on Giannis moving down a little bit and Shaq moving up a little bit. I could hear it. But honestly, I'd have to go back and listen and really watch that 2000 finals again. Because the truth is, like, the Giannis finals is so presently available in my mind.
Sure.
And that 2000 finals, I'm like, I was 13 when that shit happened.
Yeah.
Fuck do I remember.
That 2000 finals was so devastating. I remember that more than 23.
And so be clear, Penn.
Why was it so devastating?
Why was it so devastating?
Because Shaq was so dominant?
Yes. He was impossible to deal with. And on top of that, Bird was better in 84 than he was in 86.
That's a fact, Chill.
Yes. Bird was
84, Bird was getting busy in 84.
Bird was better in 84 than he was in 86. Who else did you say? I can definitely get with Magic in 87. Yes.
I said 95 Hakeem.
95 Olajuwon. I did not put 95 Olajuwon on here.
You should.
He 100% on there.
33 points per game. Hang on. Chill. 33 points per game.
Yes.
12 rebounds. I'm rounding up on everything, by the way. 6 assists. Damn.
Hey, Penn. I got that one over Jokic.
Yeah,
I was going back and forth with that one in Giannis.
So do I.
But
I was thinking, like Jokic, maybe he could be like 5, 6. Maybe I could be that person. And then I saw swipe his face on my timeline. I was like, nope. Bounce down 3.
Yep. Olajuwon in 95. James in 13.
Jokic fell all the way from 5 to 8 on my list on that one.
I'll keep 16. I'll keep 16 James on there. 13 James comes out for 95 Olajuwon. No doubt. I can't believe I forgot about that one, Ron. My fault. Wow.
My mind is all over the place right now.
So as of right now, we got Jordan, Shaq through their dominant years. 2016 LeBron, 21 Giannis, 23 Joker, 95 Hakeem is on the list as well.
What kind of skating past KD? His name's been said like 12 times, and we keep skating past him.
All right, let's get to it, Mars. KD,
17 KD has to be on this list. Has to be.
Now, okay, and I appreciate this logic, Mars. I do. I 100% appreciate this logic. But you just asked for Penn's list. If I run down my list, I'm thinking about. All right, I got James at 6. I got 16 James at 1. I got Jordan, 93 at 2. I got Olajuwon, 95 at 3. Shaq at 4. And I'm sorry, flip around. Shaq in 2000 at 3. Olajuwon 95 at 4. I gotta take Jordan out. Because I had Jordan in 92, but I only can get one of those. I had Joker, but I flipped that one for Giannis. Right? I flipped that one for Giannis. Number 7, I had Russell in 62. You guys have no idea how good Russell was in 62.
We'll concede to you.
Yes. Russell in 62, is that the year where he damn near went 24 and 24?
He actually went 22 and 20. He went 22 and almost 28 in that series, and he still holds the record today. He went 30 and 40 in Game 7.
Yeah,
and they won.
It was so hard for me to rank Russell. One year I chose for Russell was the 24-24 year.
And at 8, I got Jabbar in 85. He was the oldest player in the league, with the exception of that Game 1. With the exception of that Game 1 run, he averaged 30-10 in 3 blocks, and he won the Finals MVP. He was fantastic in that series.
Joe, how many rounds did they have back then?
In 85?
No, in 62.
2. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2.
So basically, you win one series, you go to the finals.
If you won the series, you go to the finals. So he played against Wilton in the
so think about that
for Conference Finals, and then
right.
He went to
the stakes.
But think about who
March Madness.
Think about who I have to go against.
Well, the both series went to a Game 7. So
yes,
that is true.
Yeah. So I had Jabbar in 85 at 8. I had Moses in 83. He destroyed Jabbar in 83.
He did.
Kicked Jabbar's ass in 83.
Chill. I got this one on my list too.
One of the best finals that I ever.
Moses?
It may be controversial. I have this one over Jokic.
What, Moses?
Yeah,
I was thinking about
Moses was a monster.
It may be controversial.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was thinking.
Swiper's not here, but even I wasn't pushed back too much. Moses.
Somebody was playing Kareem. Somebody was playing Bam.
That is true. Yeah, that's true.
And at 10, I had Willis Reed in 69-7. His finals performance before he went down in Game 5, he was averaging 30 and 15 against Chamberlain, kicking Chamberlain ass in that series.
I just want to say, like,
and by the way, really quickly, Penn, just so you know, Ron, in that Game 5 where he got injured, he tore his adductor muscle. That's the muscle that allows you to lift your leg up to run.
You talk about Moses, right?
No, I'm
talking
about
he's talking about Willis Reed, and then he played in Game 6.
Yes, Game 6.
And you can watch him try and run up the court.
He's literally dragging his leg. He can't lift his leg up.
It's kind of disgraceful that he was on.
Yeah, he literally is dragging his leg, and they ended up winning that series. Yeah.
Respectfully,
Walt Frazier went crazy.
Playing Bam defensively, not easy. We were at a point where I think most of the NBA community widely agreed that Bam Adebayo was a top 3 defender in the NBA.
Yeah, what's that got to do? What's that got to do with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
You said playing one versus playing the other. Now, Kareem's impact obviously vastly supersedes Bam Adebayo. But if we're talking just straight up defense, it's not that far apart. You're talking about a really good defender versus a really good defender. So it's not. But
one's messed up with Lou Alcindor and one's messed up with Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, when you put it like that, that's like saying one guy is being guarded by one guy's being guarded by Lou Dort, the other guy's being guarded by Michael Jordan. It's like, what the hell does the name recognition
what
have to
other
do with
ways that
anything?
to put it? It's not about. I'm not saying so you recognize his name. I'm saying so you recognize his game. One's matched up with Lou Alcindor, the other's matched up with Bam Adebayo. I think there's a vast difference, Ben. That's all I got to say about that. I don't think we need to turn this into a 30-minute debate about me disrespecting Bam Adebayo either. I think I could just say that and we can move on. You don't got to agree.
Bam would say going up against.
I think Bam would argue he's a better defender than Kareem.
And Bam has every right to do that. Yeah, every right to do that.
Bam was a better defender than 1983 Kareem.
When you match it up though, how tall was Moses Small? It was what, like 6'9"?
He was at 6'10". He was at 6'10".
So
Kareem's
6'10". Yeah, 6'10", giving the 7'2" guy the business versus Jokic, who I know obviously size isn't everything, but Jokic at the size that he's at.
That would be Jokic is not 7 feet. Just so we're clear on that, Nikola Jokic is not 7 feet.
He's 6'11" and Bam's 6'9". He's 6'11" and Bam's 6'9".
Okay, like I think there's a wide array of how tall Jokic actually is. I've seen him standing next to a guy like Kevin Durant, and he's clearly like way shorter than him. So is KD 6'9" or is KD 7'1"? I don't know.
KD's 7 feet.
Okay,
so Jokic is shorter than KD.
Yes, clearly he's clearly shorter than him.
Even outside of that, though, Penn, like you got to also factor in
he's shorter than Giannis too. By the way,
Jokic is taller than Anthony Davis,
who's 6'10", by the way.
86'9".
Okay. Jokic is bigger than Bam.
Yes, he is.
However tall he may be, he's bigger than Bam. Kareem is bigger than Moses Miller. But I think I wouldn't have Moses top 10, but I don't think I'd have Jokic top 10 either. But I just think Bam is a better defender than Kareem in 83. But I'd argue that Bam isn't a good defender for Jokic. That's not what makes Bam valuable because he can lock up Jokic. But that's not a knock on Jokic because Bam can't guard him. Like not many people can. So I wouldn't hold that against him. I'm just. You guys listen interesting, but I don't have a list, so I can't. Really
I'm gonna tell y'all what was my biggest thing with Moses. Now that I'm looking back at my list, it was first off, and this probably isn't surprising. He led every game in rebounding, but he led 3 out of the 4 games in scoring. Outside of that, outside of him averaging 25 points, 18 rebounds,
that's almost 20 and 20.
They swept the Lakers.
That's almost 20 and 20.
They swept the Lakers, and like there was multiple fourth quarter comebacks. Like it wasn't like they just destroyed them. They came back in the fourth. Like the Lakers were blowing games.
Either way, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying like to give like close sweep type of vibes. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like they needed what Moses gave them to win that series. It wasn't like they were just way better. these games were close, and the Sixers took control in the fourth in a lot of those games. So that's what I'm saying. But I wouldn't have Moses top 10 personally, but I do think Moses was really good in that finals.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't have 85 Kareem. I think he was better in the 71 finals.
I just think that because he was older, he was 38, he was the oldest player in the league. They thought that he was over. After that game one, I mean, he was terrible. He had like 12 points, 3 rebounds. He didn't do anything. Robert Parrish kicked his ass in that game. And the fact that he came back and just completely destroyed them the rest of the game with the skyhook as a rebounder, as a shot blocker, he was just even better. On top of that, as a distributor, getting everybody else involved at that age, at that advanced age, when everybody said he was over, being the oldest player in the league at that point, 100% I think that 85 series for Jabbar was the best that I'd seen. Even though in 71,
best that you've seen, you wasn't alive when he had 71. Even
though in 71 when he got Oscar, and Oscar was on the other side of who Oscar was, and Jabbar was in what, year 2 at that point? Though. He still got busy, 100%.
Yeah, Kareem was in year 2.
I just think it's more. I just think it's more impressive for a guy as old as Jabbar was. I mean, I haven't seen anybody do that since he did that.
Well, then why would you not have 2020 LeBron?
Because Jabbar, James was 34 going into that season.
In year 17.
Yep, year 17. Jabbar 38, and
year 15.
But a lot more miles on him though.
Arguable.
A lot more.
Arguable. LeBron went to 8 straight finals. He might have played more games than Kareem by that point, or somewhere close to it.
But with Jabbar, don't leave out Jabbar. Like you said, James went to 8 straight finals at that point. I think Jabbar at that point he had went to in 85. He had went to the finals.
That was his 4th finals, I think.
That was his 4th finals in
6 maybe.
In 5 years. Because he had missed it. They had missed it in.
He went in 71. He went in 74.
Twice with the Bucks.
He went.
I'm just talking about 79, 80. So with the exception of 81, they had been in the finals.
They were in 82, 83, 84, and 85.
Yes. So with that being said, a guy who was as old as Jabbar was, as many miles that he had on him, James. If this makes any sense, James was still. I still think James was a young 34. If that makes any sense to you guys. As opposed to Jabbar. Jabbar was an older 37, 38. He had a lot of miles on him. A lot more playing in the big man era. He wasn't playing in an era like James was playing with the freedom of movement where it wasn't nearly as rough. He had to deal with a lot more guys. Yeah.
I mean, LeBron played 7 years in the 2000s. But
yes, he did. Well, that part I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue that part. But it did enhance his game after 2011 or 2012 when the long ball came in, when the game got more wide open. I think that helped him out a lot. Jabbar, on the other hand, he's still in the trenches dealing with these big guys throughout the course of his career, even up until 85.
So what year Kareem? Because I actually have 80. And I know
I would have 80 over 85 as well.
I got 80 over everything. He definitely should have won Finals MVP. He lost it because he got injured and missed Game 6, and Magic did what he did. But in that series, Kareem...
LeBron had played more games than Kareem by that point. I knew I wasn't wrong. Kareem by that point had played 1,249 regular season games.
Sure.
And 166 playoff games. LeBron had played...
Because he didn't go to college. That's why. And that's what I'm factoring in. I'm factoring in the fact that Jabbar went to college. Jabbar played 4 years of college, and
4 national championships too.
Yes.
Deep runs.
James
that's sure, but I think we can understand that the NBA is kind of different, and we can also like the lot 83, 84, 85. Kareem also isn't burdened with being his team's best player anymore. So like he's still playing, but LeBron had dealt with the burden of being his team's best player for 17 years, while playing more games in the NBA than Kareem had to that point, and played better in the finals than Kareem did in 85. Like, it just feels like if you're going to use that argument for Kareem, then LeBron 2020 should be on.
I have to use that argument for Kareem because he still was burdened as their after 86.
He wasn't their best player. Magic was their best player.
After 86, it became Magic, it became James Worthy, then Jabbar. Okay. Up until that point, it still was. They were running their offense through Jabbar. He was still their best rim protector.
The post, but Magic was their best player.
Oh, I'm not arguing. But when you talk about James as their best player and what he was burdened with, okay, well, Jabbar was burdened with the same thing. Jabbar was burdened with being a rebounder. Jabbar was burdened with being a rim.
No, his
protector.
rebounding had fallen off by this point. He
But
actually
still was
wasn't
burdened with
the
that. That's because
not really.
Yes,
They actually got rebounders around him because he
right.
wasn't
You
burdened
got
with that
AC
anymore.
Green, right? But James Worthy wasn't a great rebounder. Jabbar was, however.
They started Kurt Rambis next to him because
Right.
Kareem needed help with the rebounding. James Worthy was a really good rebounder. Magic was a really good rebounder. They ended up bringing in guys like Bob McAdoo because Kareem's rebounding had fallen off by this point because he wasn't burdened with that anymore.
No, the reason why those guys were able to do that because of their help, because that's why Jabbar's rebounding went down, because those guys were there to help him rebound.
His rebounding went down because he was declining.
No, but he still was awesome as a rebounder though.
No,
and
he wasn't.
He was still. Now, don't get me wrong. He wasn't a 17 a game rebounder like he was in
He
72.
He averaged 8.
Right, and the reason why he averaged 8 because again he's playing against bigger. He is getting old. To your point, I'm not going to argue that point. Yes, he is getting older to you, but he's still burdened with having to play against big guys. He's still burdened with having to do what
and that's
big
why
guys
he needed
do.
help to do it. That's why he needed help.
Right, and he
LeBron
still
was
doing
burdened with those things and was asked to be the best player in the league. It's a different level of burden.
Well,
Kareem was asked with being his team's go-to scorer, whereas Magic was still their best player. But Kareem was burdened in the post. We need a bucket. We're going to go to Kareem. We're going to start offense, entry pass, Kareem, double team, kick out. Like, he's burdened with that. Defensively, he wasn't tasked with as much as he was tasked with before. His rim protection had fallen off by this point. His rebounding had fallen off a cliff by this point. He was really just burdened with scoring the ball in isolation in the post and the occasional like pick and roll with Magic that they didn't really run
he
to a
wasn't
whole
burdened
lot.
with being a rebounder.
LeBron was burdened with being the best player in the NBA. That was his burden. LeBron was asked to be the best player in the league.
Point, and I'm not arguing
that bigger burden.
Right, and even if it was a bigger burden with him being the best player in the league, the Lakers were still winning championships at that point. And them winning championships, even though Magic was winning the Finals MVP, the burden was still on Jabbar to be there because it's not a coincidence that after Jabbar left, they didn't win anymore. That was it. After Jabbar left.
They just got to the finals. But
they just got to the finals, but they
didn't
didn't win
got
anymore.
hurt, like you said, with James Worthy and Barron.
Right. They still wouldn't have beat the Bulls because, like you said, the Bulls were better.
We'll never know.
But that's beside the point. The point is that Jabbar was still burdened. They still burdened Jabbar with all of that stuff they burdened him with previously. He might not have been as good at it as he was in 72 as a rebounder, as a rim protector. But he still was burdened with that stuff, and he still did it. He still rebounded.
But that's my issue. The question was the best finals performances, and you're admitting that he was better in previous years.
Right, and this is what I'm saying. He was better because he was younger. And my stance is the fact that he was older, he shouldn't have been able to perform like that.
Then 1980 Magic Johnson should be on the list because he was a rookie. By the same argument, someone that young and as a rookie should also be on the list for the same reason Kareem's on the list for being old.
I mean,
either we're ranking the best performances,
we're not
or we're doing things relative to age and saying, well, the youngest guy has to get the same love the oldest guy gets.
Sure. Well, here's the difference with that, Moss. That's only one game. Jabbar was fantastic. You just told me earlier today that Magic has the record for turnovers.
And you just told me in game one, Kareem sucked.
That was it. One game. He wasn't
awesome. It was one game where he set the record for turnovers.
But here's the difference. He wasn't awesome the entire series like Jabbar was in 85. With the exception of that one game.
What did he average? 21, 11, and 9?
And Jabbar averaged 30 and 10 after that one game at 38 years old.
After that one game.
Yeah, he averaged 30 and 10.
That game is part of the series. What did Kareem average for the series?
I think he averaged with that 12 points. I think he averaged 22 or 20.
Let me see. In that series, this is 85. Kareem averaged 25, 9, 5.
25, 9, and 5, and then 21, 11, and 9. Like, it's comparable. And when you factor in that one is a rookie, the same way the other guy was the oldest player in the league, both should make the list.
And one damn near average a triple-double.
I don't think both should make the list off the strength that you being the youngest player. As the oldest player, it's much harder than it is as the youngest player. You're a lot more athletic. I feel like your game can be a little bit more comparable at that time. You could keep up athletically. Jabbar was old.
What's more likely, in your opinion? LeBron and the Lakers making the finals next year and LeBron being the finals MVP, or Wemby making the finals next year and being the finals MVP?
What's more likely?
Yeah, which one's more likely in your opinion?
That's a tough question.
I'm gonna say Wemby.
I was gonna say Wemby.
Okay, and Wemby's going into year 3. Now, if I ask you, what's more likely, rookie Wemby doing that or LeBron? Which one's more likely?
You could have just said Cooper Flag, bro.
Rookie
I
Wemby,
could, but I'm gonna go with a player that we've seen in the NBA.
Wemby going to the NBA Finals or James going to the NBA Finals?
Rookie Wemby going to the
Yep.
NBA Finals, or LeBron James is the oldest player in the league going to the NBA Finals and dominating. Which one's more likely?
LeBron James going to the NBA Finals and dominating.
Young versus old.
All right, well, let's figure out which Kareem year that we're going with. Chill, you said 85. Me and
Yes.
Mars are saying 80.
Or 71.
Man.
Either one of them.
Do y'all have a year that y'all want to choose?
I don't
Kareem?
have a Kareem year.
You don't have a Kareem year? But
That's
out of
fine.
those years, what would you choose? 'Cause I'm going to add them to the list, and then we'll sort everything out.
What are the options again?
85, 80, 72.
71.
I don't know. Come back to me in 2 minutes.
I'll take
Okay.
80.
All right, we'll go Kareem 80.
This is
We're
before,
gonna
before I was
ex-
alive, bro. I didn't watch it live. I don't have like a solid opinion on it.
Hey, you ain't watch 87 live.
Did you at least watch 8 games of Kareem?
There was no 8 games in the series.
Just saying, just in general.
All right. Me and Penn both have 87 Magic on there. I'm gonna go ahead and add him to the list as well. Shout out 87 Magic.
When do we go get to 03 Duncan?
Yeah, 03 Duncan is on the list.
Yeah, it's 100%.
It kind of drives me.
Which is
It
pretty
drives.
cool
It
right
kind
there.
of drives me crazy how like certain things are repeated and then become like misstated and then become like fake facts.
Like
I
what?
really don't appreciate.
03 Tim Duncan. There's nothing fake about that.
No, I'm talking about your little 8-game. Swipe
yeah,
bullshit right
okay.
there.
Oh, okay.
What was
Well,
that?
you said you watched 8 games.
That was a question, bro.
Yeah,
God.
8 games of the sky.
yeah, with Angel Reese in the
Did you see my comment responding to your
I'm not
bullshit?
even
Yeah,
talking-
and then I said
I didn't
reread what I said.
I said about
Yeah.
Angel Reese.
I
I
know
asked
what
if you
you said,
watched
addressing
8
things.
Kareem games from the 80s.
You've watched 8.
Why are you
You've watched
curious?
8.
Why are you curious about 8 games specifically? Why not 7? Why not 6?
I like the number 8 pin. No, it's not no big deal, bro. Could we move on to
Because
Tim
you're a
Duncan
Kobe
at 03?
fan. I got you because you're a Kobe fan. I get it.
I'm not number 8. Not number 8 Kobe. I'm not. I'm definitely not a fan of number 8 Kobe.
03
Not
Duncan
at
for
all.
me is on the list. I think
Yeah,
he was-
03 Duncan has to be on the list. So
He
I'm
dominated that series offensively and defensively. Absolutely.
I'm especially defensively.
Hated number 8 Kobe.
But we'll put Duncan on this list. It's 2 more people that I believe should be on the list. The first of which is 06 Dwayne Wade.
Wait, hold on 1 second. We're not gonna
Over-
let Kobe Bryant disrespect on this platform by your own standard. We are not hating on number 8 Kobe. Number 8 Kobe was a demon. He won 3 championships. Respect.
That's why I didn't say he wasn't a demon. That's why
You
I
said
just
you
hated
hated. You just said you hated.
Because
him.
his Kings were contenders and Kobe
Pin, you
was
got
the reason
Pin. Just
why
relax,
they
bro.
ain't win the
Relax,
championship.
okay?
So that's why he
This
hated.
isn't. It's not. You have to cook me organically, Pin. You want to get your get back. You got to get it back organically.
Can we
Don't try to
I
rush it.
don't
Let's move
believe me.
on.
I don't give a
Move
shit about
on.
you. Get back. Don't
Move
take
on,
your
bro.
little side swipes and then.
Can we
and play
continue
stupid.
the
Don't do
list?
that.
Yeah, Mars, let's
Don't do that. I ain't playing with you today. I ain't playing with you today. I ain't playing with you today.
Stop me. You gonna have to take it, buddy. Come
I
on.
don't need to
man.
sharpen up to cook you, bro.
You got to wake up real early.
But
Keep
a
going,
butter
man.
knife will do.
Keep going, man.
03 Duncan is on the list, and I'm gonna share this here in a second. If there's any other unanimous names that we would like to, not unanimous, but as a group that we want to put on there, I think Dwayne Wade should be on there. 2006
Over 11 Dirk.
Yeah, what?
I think 2022 Steph
That's
has
the
to be
question. That's
in
the
this
question.
group. I think 22 Steph has to be in this group.
22 Steph. We can put 22 Steph on there.
I'm trying to go back through different finals in my head.
22 Steph.
We giving any love to 19 Kawhi?
No.
I want
didn't
to,
even do-
but
I
Me
didn't
personally, I don't think I think he's another one of like the Dirk disciples where the run was better than the finals.
Yeah, I wanted to. But
Yeah,
I
I
still I
didn't
want to get. I
consider
kind
that.
of want to get back to 04 Ben Wallace and 08 Paul Pierce. But
Was
I
Ben
won't.
was 04 Ben Wallace better than Dennis in 96?
chill. Why
No.
are you
Dennis
entertaining
Rodman in
this right
96
now?
was.
I'm just saying, Mars. We can
No,
have a
he wasn't.
conversation.
Maybe we need to have a new episode, the top 100 finals performances of all time, and then we could talk.
No,
about
what we're
those
doing is
players.
we just separating them because Ox brought up 04 Ben Wallace, who defensively, because you can dominate a series defensively. We've seen Anthony Davis dominate that series against the Portland Trailblazers in the playoffs in 18. Dominated that series defensively. We can have conversations
Well,
about guys.
shit. Then
Now-
14 Kawhi got to be there.
what I'm saying, Chill, is that I've been in. And, you know, that's fine too if you want to throw that. But
I don't think
I'm
he
just-
dominated the series defensively.
I'm just saying, yo, I just keep hearing Shaq's name. I keep hearing Shaq this, Shaq that, and I agree. And that's why I'm kind
You
of
can't give Tayshaun that type of love, then.
we can't. I don't want to. You can. I'm not going to debate against you. I'm going to support it and show it love.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show Ben Wallace some love right now. I'm fine not being in the top 10. I just think we can.
I'm all for showing love.
If we're having trouble filling in the 10, Mars, you know,
the 10 has been filled. And
okay, well, I'm gonna go.
Shout out Ben Wallace. That's all.
We would hate to ruin our basketball integrity.
Are we putting any Kobe years?
It's very important.
I don't have any Kobe years.
I wasn't having any Kobe years either. I'm just curious.
Shout out to Kobe. I don't have any. Not on this list.
We could have a conversation about.
Right?
We could have had a conversation. I think about 02, maybe.
Yeah, 02 might have been his best finals.
Yeah,
09, I
think
think he was great.
about 02.
But Ox has said 02 is off limits.
If it got to be 02, it can't happen.
Another series that is in the Ox realm of we're just showing love to people who aren't going to make the list, but we want to show them love. 05 Ginobili.
There you go, Mars. There you
I
go.
gotta go watch the series again because Mars has told me that it's like we could have a conversation about him being the final MVP. He was that good.
That's how good.
And I'm going back in my head and I'm remembering how difficult the time Duncan had with Ben Wallace and that overall defense. How they jumped
in a series in which no one could score, Manu Ginobili was a difference. That's how I view that. In a series in which no team's offense could get going, and you could give Tim Duncan a lot of credit for that, but I also think Ginobili was playing elite defense in that series. In a series which no team's offense could do anything, Manu Ginobili was like the game breaker type deal where Tayshaun Prince couldn't stay in front of him. He was the only one who was able to get consistent paint touches, able to consistently put the defense in rotation, consistently being able to score. Now, I don't know what the efficiency numbers say. I don't think anyone was efficient in that series for either team. Like, these games were ending in the low 80s. Like, neither team could really score. But I think Ginobili, for me, was the finals MVP and was dominant in that series. I'm not saying he's going to make the list. I'm doing it in the Paul Pierce, Ben Wallace realm of things, but just wanted to give him some love.
Mars, he 100% deserves all the love you're giving. I mean, it went to 7. He scored 20 in six of the games.
I ain't heard 89 Joe Dumars.
Now you brought him up.
I mean, well, if you put 89 Joe Dumars on there, you got to put IT next year.
Do we?
They both didn't make my list, but
Tony Parker 2007.
Nah,
Tony was good in those
24 points per game, 50 shooting 50 and 50. That's crazy.
That's consistency.
He shot 57 and
from the free throw line.
He shot 52.6% for the free throw line.
Well, he's automatically out of
57.
Tony Parker ain't have touch.
He shot 57% from the field as a 6'1" guard. Come on,
50% of the free throw line. Get him up out of here.
He should have just shot a floater.
It's low volume. Low volume.
He's out of here. Did he go 1 for 3?
Right now, see, the issue is I'm
not
going
that
through
low.
all the finals, and I've just got a bunch of Michael Jordan finals.
I got one. I got one that I have it top 5.
Ox, you need a math tutor?
No,
go ahead.
I told you 52%. You said 1 for 3. You need a math tutor?
Yes. You available?
Okay. You can't afford me.
Now here's the thing, y'all, with the one that I got.
You only got $3.
It's in a losing effort.
Oh, okay.
But he got the finals MVP in a losing effort.
Oh, Jerry
West.
West.
Now, yo, we're talking about individual series.
I do think Jerry West deserves a spot.
Winning matters, right?
I do think Jerry West has played well enough to deserve a spot. I'll say that.
Yo,
Willis Reed.
Dude averaged 38.
I got Willis Reed on here. I got him at 10.
Damn.
Dude averaged 38, 7 and 4. Had 53 and 10 the first game. 41 and 8 the second game. 40 points game 4. 39 and 9 game 5. Game 6, he had like 20 something. Game 7, closeout game. Yes, they lost it, Ox. He went out with 42, 12 assists, 13 rebounds.
Jerry West
in a losing effort, man. He got packed up, Ron.
If we're putting all these series,
he ain't get packed up is a stretch. They lost by 2. He ain't get packed up. They played to the final drill.
A loss is a loss.
But damn near, they won.
I got Jerry on my list. I don't know if y'all would have put that up there, but 69 Jerry West, 38 points. 53 and 10
I think Jerry West is underrated. Like, now,
Chamberlain went 9 for 10 in that game, right?
Oh yeah, he was.
That's gonna put that
What?
out. Yeah,
And what?
Yeah, and then he got a knee injury.
and he didn't get put back in the game.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Man,
his coach,
man,
In
his
what?
coach,
Game 7?
his
Yeah.
coach A
But-
believed the knee injury was he was faking, and B
But,
he
okay,
said
so-
we can win this without you. No, he was wrong.
They didn't get along, by the way, Mars.
Yeah, it's very very well documented.
Chill. I got another guy on my list that I know is going to be very questionable, but you know, I think one standing on defense, you know, and it's not Andre Iguodala.
Oh.
It's actually our most recent Finals MVP.
Jaylen Brown.
I think the job he did on Luka Doncic should be talked about. No, okay, y'all move on. Keep going. Y'all not fucking with it. I mean, he locked up the best scorer we in the NBA.
You think
So-
Jaylen Brown was better than Iguodala in the finals?
Yes, I do.
You think he was better than 14 Kawhi in the finals?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I'm not gonna
Yes, I
ask about Braun and KD and them.
No, please don't. We don't got to do that.
You better than Tony Parker, 07?
Hell no.
50%
Yeah,
from the free throw
he-
line. Remember that 50%.
Man, he shot 50% of the free throw line, and that matters.
57%
You know
from
what I'm
three. That doesn't count.
No,
was he 4 for 7?
because free throws count. Free throws matter.
Was Tony Parker 4 for 7 from 3 in the series?
I don't know.
I
Shit.
know,
I'm saying though, Luka Doncic is the best was the best scorer in the NBA last year.
Didn't he
think
average
we can all
30 a
agree
game
on
in
that.
finals?
at 28.
But it was 28. He dropped. So
He averaged 34 in the regular season, so 6 points off.
you
Just
know,
add them 6 points to Jaylen Brown. He really averaged 28 in the finals.
Where are we, Ron? We
So
had
I'm pulling up the list right now. So as of right now, it looks like we have 15 players on here.
Yes,
I'm
he
gonna
was
pull it
4
up
for
right
7,
now.
Mars. Yes, he was 4 for 7.
We'll go through this, and if it's anybody else that needs to be added, or no, we'll just sort from here. Because if it's somebody else that needs to be added, they probably
Bob
aren't
Pettit,
gonna crack the
58.
top 10. Yeah. If you guys insist, I don't.
I'm
I'm not. I'm not versed in 56.
I actually
or
heard
58.
somebody say this, like Bob Pettit in 60, like there was no time when Bob Pettit was ever better than Chamberlain, ever.
So we can respect Giannis for 50 point in the closeout, but Bob Pettit had 50 point in the closeout, and I can't no love
You can respect him,
against
sure, right?
Boston. 50 point, 1 point win.
Man,
it's not a-
this list just looks like y'all just did a whole lot of capping for old heads, man.
This right here isn't the actual list, but now we're gonna sort things out.
I
So
Get
like the
Joker
top
out.
three.
Ron, get Joker up out of here.
I like the top 3 personally. I like the top 3.
I don't like I don't like that we given 3-year segments to 2 players and then not, multi-year segments to other players. Because if as I said, if I get to give a 3-year run, Kobe's
all
on my
right, here,
list.
to appease
So
you, Pin,
wait,
let's just do
no,
this.
Ron,
So
no,
you
Ron,
think Kobe
no,
in
no,
08, 09,
Ron.
and 2010 finals would be on this list?
no.
Over 03 Duncan by himself? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah,
Yo,
I agree.
Why?
Because
I don't think in any of those
No.
finals Kobe played better than 03 Duncan did.
No,
Not one of them.
didn't. No,
Kobe's never been as good on the final stage as 03 Duncan.
no.
Ever.
I agree.
And by the way, Penn, and
Maybe
by the
not
way,
even
Penn,
99 Duncan.
Since we talking about these,
Ooh.
since we're talking about these, like
Speak on.
Jordan from 91 to 93 and Shaq, we had a 10-year stretch where we had back-to-back champions every year. Can you tell me in that stretch, take out Jordan, can you tell me in that stretch who was any of them that we can add? Like the Pistons, they won an NBA championship in back-to-back.
No, we're not adding
Houston
no. It would be
won the NBA
Hakeem,
championship.
94, 95.
I guess
Hakeem,
I guess
like-
my brain just can't get around the fact that it's a little inconsistent, right? Like previously we said when we started this list at the beginning of the episode. So I'm thinking about the viewer listening to this back.
Yep.
They're like,
Yo, Pin.
we're
I
not
don't,
getting
I don't want to be an
multis.
asshole or anything, but we don't have
don't
time
care.
to get into this. So
I think the viewer
I'm
understands that Shaq was so dominant from
But I'm saying,
2000
though,
to 02, we couldn't decide.
just so we don't have
So-
to debate about it, we're just gonna go 91 Shaq, 91 Jordan, and 2000 Shaq, just so it's not a fuss.
Sure.
Now let's figure out who do we believe is number 1 on this list.
2000
I'm
Shaq.
fine with the top 3 the way it is.
It was
I'm fine with-
93 Jordan.
My bad.
I'm fine with the top 3 the way it is. I'm fine with the
Come on,
top
Ron.
three the way it
Get right, Ron.
is. Okay. I'm fine with that top 3 in that order. I don't have too much pushback. I'd probably go with Shaq number 1, but I have no problem. I'm fine with that top 3.
All right, so we'll lock in the top 3. Does anybody else have any quarrels, any pushback?
Nope.
All right, top 3: Jordan, Shaq, Bron. Now at 4,
Is
we
that
have to
ordered?
figure-
Is that ordered?
Yes.
Yes.
That's why he just asked
I
if you had
think
correct.
I think 16 Bron is better. Obviously.
what? Then who? Then Shaq?
Yes.
I disagree. I think Ox
three-
disagree.
three of us got
Let's vote.
Shaq.
Let's just vote. I
So
disagree.
three of us got Shaq.
Okay, we good. Move on then.
I'm gonna run a poll though, but y'all.
To Penn's point, I had 16 Braun.
Yeah, you had him number 1. That's not even close.
So that's 2. So,
yeah, 2 against 3. Yeah,
Yeah, 2 is less than 3. You need a math tutor?
2 is less than 3. 2 is
what if the chat also votes LeBron? Is it 3 against 3 then?
Well, the chat actually has like
Do
nah, because then we don't have a final. Then we don't have a tiebreaker.
The punch actually has like 1,500 people, but 4 through like 6 for me would be Hakeem, KD.
Hakeem 4.
No, I'm saying these names are in the next group for me. Hakeem, KD, Magic, and Giannis would be like my next group.
No Duncan?
See, I forgot Duncan. Damn, I forgot. Why is there 6 Duncan there? You meant Wade?
Oh shit!
Had to be Wade.
Yeah.
Shout out OC.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Wait, Ron,
I tried to put them all
Wade
in
and
the
not
tier,
11.
then I realized that I like all of these names. So yeah.
Ron, you can't put 06 Wade and not 11 Dirk, bro.
All right, we'll put 11 Dirk. Come on.
The only thing I can say is I'm pretty sure I'd have Moses last. That's the
all
only
right.
thing I
Well, let's just do this. Let's just start voting at every position.
Yeah.
So at 4, Chill. Who do you have?
Olajuwon in 95.
All right. Where's Hakeem?
Right
He's
behind
up.
Joker. Right
All right,
behind
we got
Joker.
1 for Hakeem. Mars, who you got at 4?
Can you come back to me?
All right. Ox.
Duncan. All 3 Duncan.
That's what I'm messing around with right now.
3 Duncan was a bad motherfucker, boy. Penn, who you got?
I had Giannis. I had Giannis number 4, but actually I'm gonna go with Magic because he's my number 2. He's off. Yeah.
87 Magic. Yeah.
Penn, I'm also gonna go there with you. Believe it or not, I had Jerry West ahead of Magic, but I'm not gonna do that right now. We are gonna go Magic Johnson.
That's a good pick.
So-
That's a good pick.
So either I can
Mars?
tie this up or my vote can mean nothing.
Right.
Essentially. You know how
83
this goes.
Moses. 83 Moses.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
87 Magic is a good pick.
Are you being serious,
Great.
Mars? You going with Moses?
Yeah, I'd rather that than tie it up personally. So
All right.
we'll stick with Magic at 4. That's cool with me.
All right. Shout out to Magic, man. Magic is 4th on our list. All right. We're doing it all over again.
Well, Ox will keep with Duncan and Chill will keep with Hakeem.
Maybe.
So who you rocking with, Mars?
You come back to me?
I'm gonna make this easy. I got Duncan.
Okay. Well, Penn has Giannis, right?
I do, but now I have the same conundrum as you, and I don't have Duncan that high. Duncan was on my honorable mention, so I'm gonna go with Hakeem because
so now it comes down to
I
me.
really do care like which. Yeah, you're gonna go 03 Duncan, aren't you?
I'm thinking this was the conundrum I was stuck with the last round.
Go with
Nah, I
Moses
ain't-
again.
That Magic
This is a
team
hard
was
pick.
hella good, man. That Magic team was good, and like
This is a hard one.
Hakeem carried
95
both
Hakeem.
ends. Both ends.
Hakeem did not carry.
Hakeem didn't carry.
95 Hakeem.
No, did you not see Clyde Drexler damn near averaged a triple double?
I actually think what Duncan did was closer to carrying than what. Hakeem
Yeah,
did.
Clyde averaged damn near a triple double.
Mars, I just
Fine
want to
triple-double.
I want to throw out some just interesting facts for both series.
Okay.
All right. Hakeem led every game in scoring.
Makes sense.
Swept them, obviously.
Makes
And
sense.
he had 2 steals, 2 blocks, 33, 11, and 5. Tim
33,
Duncan,
12, and 6, actually.
33, 12, and 6.
Damn near a quadruple double.
Tim Duncan, 24, 17, 5 assists, 5 blocks over the series, and a steal 2. Game 1, Tim Duncan goes 32 points, 20 rebounds, 7 blocks, 3 steals.
He was incredible.
Game 2, 23 points, 17 rebounds, 7 blocks. Or no, that's game 4. Game 5, 29 points, 17 rebounds, 4 blocks, 4 assists. Game 6, to close the series out, you guys already know, we showed this. 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 blocks. But
He
Moses
had
said it was
10.
10
He
blocks.
had 10. He had a quadruple double to close out the finals. Like, that's insane.
On top
I
of
think
that, Morris,
Duncan was better than Hakeem defensively in their respective series. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
chill.
I think Duncan in 03 was better defensively than Hakeem in 95 was in the finals. Yeah.
Okay.
Chill.
Yeah,
That
but-
03 Duncan was
but was-
insane.
He was incredible. I'm not gonna argue that point.
Insane.
But having to
Chill,
deal
chill,
with
but on top of that though, chill. Like I said that he averaged damn near triple double. Wasn't quite damn near triple double, but I mean it was very impressive what Clyde Drexler was doing.
oh,
Like,
he wasn't
he wasn't
like
carrying.
22, he was
20,
like 22.
23, game 1, 23, 7 and 11, game 2, 23, 5 and 4, game 3, 25, 13 and 8, game 4, he had 15, 8 and 9. But I mean, Clyde wasn't getting carried.
He damn sure almost averaged a double.
15, 8, 9.
I got 03. I got 03 Duncan. No, I got
There wasn't no carry about it on Clyde's end. He did.
I got 03 Duncan. I think the defense was more impressive. I think when I factor in the fact that, like, obviously, what did he average? 24 points? Is that what we said?
24 17.
Like, I understand, like, 24 doesn't stand out like 33 or whatever Hakeem average, but it's like this is another series where neither team could get above 90. So
Yeah,
like
but-
he's scoring 24 when his team's scoring 90.
Yeah, but Tim Duncan didn't shoot 100% from 3 like Hakeem did.
How many did he shoot?
It doesn't matter.
Duncan ain't. He's not wrong. I got 03 Duncan. That's where I'm at. Most underrated final performance of all time, in my opinion.
Again, maybe this is because I was around the tri-state area at the time, living in Jersey, living in whatever. I just did not respect that Nets team on that level. I didn't see them as the second best
That's
team.
because they got smoked by the Lakers in the year before.
Did you respect that
That's why.
Spurs team on that level?
Hell yeah.
Because they weren't that
I was
good.
a huge Spurs fan.
No,
If
they
you
weren't.
thought the 03 Spurs were the best team in the West.
They were not that good.
No, I didn't think they
Duncan
were the
made them
best
way
team in the
better
West,
than
but
what
I
they were.
definitely do think they were a top 3 team in the league. My top 3 teams in that era, like I'm glossing on, is it the 01 Portland Trailblazers, the 02 Portland Trailblazers? To me, like the teams that I really respected during that time were basically mostly in the West. So it's like the Spurs, the Lakers, the Blazers, the Kings. Like those were the teams. So to me, the real finals happen in the Western Conference Finals or the Western semis or the Western opening round.
We all said
right.
that. We all said in
So that's what I'm
2002,
saying.
we
Like
all said
what, so I'm not trying to tax anybody, but I really did respect that 95 Orlando team. Like they were a legitimately great basketball team, and they had 2 superstars. And I think the narratives around that time where Shaq might be the best big man in the league in 95, like they were putting him up there in David Robinson conversations.
Olajuwon shut that down. Olajuwon shut that down.
Which I find interesting because I think Shaq dominated that series. They just lost.
He was awesome in that series, but he wasn't better.
He wasn't
than
better than Hakeem.
He was not. He was not.
He doesn't need to be. I'm not saying he was.
No,
I'm just saying
was
I don't like the idea that Shaq just like got drastically outplayed.
No, he didn't get smoked. No, he still was like 26-12 and like 2 blocks.
Yo, but it's like OKC in 2012. It's like y'all was good. Y'all just wasn't this yet.
Okay, here's the thing.
Y'all just wasn't
when you
on this level yet.
When you dominate Todd McCullough in the finals, I'm not giving you the same type of credit as dominating Bam Adebayo in the finals. Like to me, no disrespect to Todd McCullough, no disrespect to who you're like. It matters to me who your matchup is. It matters to me how good the team you're going up against is, and that's why LeBron 16 is number 2 on my list. It matters. A really good team, really damn good team that he faced against 73 win Warrior team. So I just it's like that. Tim Duncan, I love Tim Duncan, like legit. First jersey I ever bought, Tim Duncan jersey. Huge fan. Can't put him over Hakeem, man. Just can't.
All right. Well, on this list,
unfortunately, I broke the tie, so I apologize.
Tim Duncan is at 5. Now we have to figure out who's at 6, y'all.
Do we?
What direction are we going in?
I think this
95.
I think this will probably end up being Hakeem.
All right. Well,
I mean, I could debate 17 Kevin Durant. Shit.
Listen,
no, I feel like
Hakeem there for sure.
This is where I gotta go with my guy. But come on, let's.
You go Wade?
Also, I just want to.
Yes.
I know we already voted and shit, but that was like a pretty decent Hakeem playmaking series as well.
It was.
You like had almost as many assists as your near triple double Clyde Drexler, who averaged 6.8 assists. So
I go Hakeem.
I mean, I don't know how the hell you rounded 6.8 up to 10, but I mean, I guess when we playing
Do I have
favorites.
Hakeem?
I got Kareem.
Yeah,
Kareem?
I got Eddie Kareem.
All
Are you guys weighing in
I
missing a game?
swayed.
Yeah, are you guys weighing in missing a
I
game?
can't
Like,
be
does that factor
swayed.
into the equation, or are you just saying for those 5 games he was better? Like,
Not for me, no. Like because he still had the 5 best games. His 5 games was still carried the series, if you will.
I agree. I think he was the finals MVP, but I feel like if I'm comparing his series to the others, I do feel like missing a game is relevant. Does that make sense?
Well,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
didn't
I'm
Hakeem
not
they only played 4 games, right?
Yeah, but he played all 4. He played 100% of the games.
Right.
Like
Right.
I know
Whatever.
Kareem technically played more games in the series. He played 5 out of 6, but missing a game of a 6-game sample, I do think is a big deal.
I could understand the tax. I completely understand it. I'm not taxing him for it, but
I feel you. Okay,
I get it. All right, but Ox went with Kareem. Chill. Who you going with?
In 95?
No.
At 6,
On this
but
list.
yeah.
Next up on this list.
Hakeem
So-
is still available, so you can go with Hakeem.
Yeah.
Yes. Olajuwon.
You're going with Olajuwon?
Yes.
And
Olajuwon.
chill, just so you know, right now we got 93 Jordan, 2000 Shaq, 16 Bron, 87 Magic,
I'm with
03
you.
Duncan. That's our top 5 right now.
Yep. Olajuwon.
So you're
is-
going with 95 Hakeem?
Yes, sir.
Pin?
Hakeem.
Hakeem? Okay. Morris?
I'll stick with Hakeem.
All right. Hakeem's gonna take the cake. I was going with 06 Wade though, and I'm damn near 06 Wade from here on.
Okay.
We'll have fun there.
Ron's
brother.
not. Yeah,
I'm-
Ron's not
I'm-
one like me. I'm not.
Look,
going with
Ron's
Ron.
Ron's not participating anymore.
I'm
y'all.
gonna just throw this out there, and then we could just leave it alone. 06 Wade. Game 1, game 2, they obviously lose. They go down 0-2. And then they win 4 straight after that. In those 4 straight games, Dwayne Wade, 43 and 13
Balled out.
on 14 of 26 from the field. Game 4, 36 points. Game 5, 43 points. He shot 25 free throws, made 21 of those. Game 6, 26, 10, 5, 4 steals, 3 blocks. And all I'm going to say is this is the best carry job that I ever seen with my 2 eyes. Because throughout the series, remember he had Shaq. He had, some other good players too. Only one person scored 20 in that series. And that was game 2, Antoine Walker. Nobody else scored over 20 points in that series. Dwayne Wade threw that whole squad on his back and carried them. So that 35 points that we got was literally 35 and 3 steals. Every single one of them buckets mattered.
I'll feel you on the D Wade. I'm just don't got him yet. I can see him maybe getting in like 9 or 10 for me, but I'm just not ready. I'm not ready to go there just yet. But I appreciate the carry job, and I agree with what you're saying.
All right. Well, as of right now, Hakeem is 6.
Let me just say one thing real quick, because I think sometimes devoid of context, who they played, how well they played, what the context was around it. I seem to remember a lot of people complaining that the Knicks played their starters for an entire quarter. In those finals, not only
What finals?
did not the 95 finals, not only, and I know like we've already rated Hakeem, but I just want to give the audience out there some perspective on this series. He played 48 minutes in that first game. 42, 45, 44. They swept a really good opponent. That's 4. That's dominance, right? They won that first game in OT. This, like, the remarkable thing to me is the consistency here. 15 for 30, 14 for 30, 14 for 30, 13 for 26. That's what Hakeem did against Shaq. That to me is like
35 and 15 in the closeout game.
35 and 15 in a closeout game.
He had Horace Grant guarding him more so than Shaq, but
sure, but Shaq's there. He's in the paint. He's a big shot blocker. He's backing him up
yeah,
there.
Shaq got some of that.
And that to me is huge. And then the additional part is just the playmaking element, right? Hakeem's playmaking, the first time he got to the finals was not great. So as he grew as a playmaker, I think that to me is a very special thing. So other players also were more efficient because of his gravity. I think that finals is being underrated personally.
I would have had it in the top 5, but Magic made it. So
that was my fault too.
Well, let's figure out at 7 who we rocking with. This is who we have left. Go ahead and put this on the screen. Who we have left is 21 Giannis, 23 Joker, 17 Kevin Durant, 83 Moses Malone, 80 Kareem, 2022 Steph, 06 Wade, 69 Jerry West, and 11 Dirk.
Why is 11
I'm
Dirk there?
gonna go Eddie Kareem.
I think now might be my Kevin Durant time.
Yep, KD, 100%.
Oh shit. So Mars, you got KD?
I go KD.
Me too.
Pin, you got KD?
Mhm.
Chill, who you rocking with?
Moses in 83.
Wait, hold on.
83?
We
We got an interesting situation.
Ron, go ahead and tie up with Kareem. Ron, go ahead. Ron, go ahead. Go get Kareem in there.
No.
Mister, I got Wade from here on out. About to go back on his word the very next pick.
Wait a second.
So then I'll do the tiebreaker.
Vote. No, I take back my KD vote. I give it to Giannis. Hold on.
Never mind.
No, I take back my KD vote. I give it to Giannis. My bad. I screwed up there. Giannis was number 4 on my list. How the hell how is he still on the board?
Because we've got LeBron, Shaq, and MJ with Magic, Duncan, and Hakeem.
35, 13, and 5, bro.
Who you got, Ron?
You had Shaq at 10, and I think he averaged the same thing. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I know y'all not gonna show Wade no love, and y'all know I got Wade. But I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be consistent with my list though. So after Wade, I actually had Giannis ahead of Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at Giannis here. I'm not mad. Giannis and KD would probably be my next 2 up anyway.
Yep,
can't be mad at that.
So we got Giannis at 21. All right, now things are getting interesting. Who are we rocking with?
I got KD.
KD.
KD's my pick until he makes it.
All right, 2 KDs. Ox, you still rocking with Kareem?
Yeah.
Chill, you still rocking with Moses?
I am. Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with Kareem. So the chat's gonna act gay with this. I mean, the chat's going to act.
Wow.
The chat's not going to play
June,
with this.
in June
of all times, Ron.
All right, so it's been a good episode. I said the chat's not going to play with this, but we are running.
That happens. That could happen. You mesh up 2 words.
Yeah. So who? What we gonna do? So the chat's gonna do the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or is Chill gonna do the tiebreaker?
Oh, we gotta go.
We can make it quick. We can make it a lot quicker. We just let Chill do the tiebreaker.
I would like to go with y'all, but y'all gonna act not as proper as Chill.
They're gonna act happy. I
feel like just to make up for what Ron just did, we have to put Jason Collins on the list. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we have to.
Now you're just making it worse.
I feel like we have to.
Did John Amici ever make the finals? No.
I feel like Jason Collins 03 has to be on the list now. I feel like he has to.
But he got fried.
Chill. You got 17 KD and 80 Kareem. Who are you going with? You are the tiebreaker.
80 Kareem.
Boom, baby.
Why is he the tiebreaker?
Why do you guys think Kareem played better than KD?
He was at that time in the big man league. He was the most dominant. He averaged 30 and 15 in that series. The whole offense ran through him. But in addition to the offense being run through him, he was dominant on defense as a shot blocker, as a rebounder. As fast as they played when they finally got Magic, he was a part of that. Even though he didn't want to do that, and in those finals, he started up what they were trying to do in terms of them being a transition team. KD was a bucket getter, and I'm not going to argue that point. And KD was on defense. KD was really good on that team defensively. Jabbar was their defense. Jabbar was their glass cleaning. Jabbar was their offense. Magic wasn't nearly what he was becoming. Not only was Magic not that, James Worthy wasn't there yet. Jamal Wilkes was awesome. All of that stuff that they did ran through Jabbar, and he delivered.
Okay, that's a good case. I still got KD, but that's a good case.
I mean, KD at 17.
I genuinely, I think that's a good case when you factor in like the defensive stuff and the burden stuff. Like KD's burden was obviously much lower than Kareem's because obviously what the team Kevin Durant had around him. So I'm not mad at that case. I'm not going to push back.
The only thing I think about with KD, the only thing I think about with KD was how much different he was in 17 than he was when I saw him in the finals in 12. It was way different.
Yeah, he was.
And as a scorer, he was superior. It just looked way different.
He averaged 35 points a game on 56, 47, 93.
That was insane at a KD. I'm just going back and re-looking at it. At a steal and a block and a half. Like
And he was top 2 in every category. He was top 2 in points, obviously led them in scoring, second in rebounds, second in assists. He was 4th in steals. He sucks. And he led them in blocks.
I'm not gonna lie, like I actually kind of forgot about these KD series just because, like,
because you
know what?
Yeah, they weren't exactly
like,
equal.
yeah,
I feel
exactly.
that,
So I just kind of skipped over it. I forgot that he averaged 35, 50, 40, 90. Like
another one of the all-time great finals performances.
But they cheated, so you know it's kind of like the steroid.
That's fine.
era.
Yeah, I'm not going to push back too much on Kareem over KD. I'm not going to push back too much.
All right, we got to figure out 9 and 10. Who are we rocking with? Are you
I
guys
have
sticking
KD
with
though.
your same votes?
Yeah, I have KD. Yeah.
All right, Pin.
Yeah, I still got KD. I don't know.
All right.
It's not sitting well with me, man.
Chill.
All right, it'd be all right.
Is 83 Moses still on the board?
Yeah.
23
Yes,
Joker,
yeah.
83 Moses, 22 Steph, 06
I'm taking
Wade.
83 Moses over KD. I am.
All right,
Oh yeah. I'm
100% doing that. Yes.
Big Axe.
I'm taking 83 Moses over KD.
I'm 100% doing that.
okay.
Yes.
Oh, y'all look.
You guys think Moses is a better player than Kevin Durant?
No, see, that's where you. That's
I'm
where
just
it gets,
asking. That's just me asking.
No, that's where it gets tripped up. I think that Moses in that series was phenomenal. I'm not doing what you're talking about, Mars. No, I ain't doing that.
Okay, that was just me being curious. I wasn't me saying that's what you're saying. I was just wondering.
Do we need to respect Caldwell Jones a little bit more?
The guy who got traded for Moses?
No, the guy who was guarding Kareem in that finals.
Him and Darryl Dawkins was just getting their ass kicked. They couldn't do anything with.
But he was first team all defense like the next year.
And Jabbar was destroying him.
He was the trade for Moses.
Okay, maybe I'm underrating Kareem. I just didn't like his game that much, to be honest.
All right, y'all.
It's a little bit predictable. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm running a
You
poll
asked me
right
who
now.
would I rather watch, Rasheed Wallace or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? I'd rather watch Rasheed Wallace. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm running a poll right now, y'all. I'm asking you guys who you think is better in the finals: 17 Durant or 83 Moses Malone. Y'all go vote because I'm taking Dwayne Wade. So you guys gonna have to settle the tiebreaker. In the meantime, hello, Arch. Arch said, Cook OG in $100 super chat, and then sent through another super chat and said 23 Joker over KD for sure.
For sure.
I don't know if
I'd have Jokic over Moses.
Yeah, I would
don't know if
too.
I'm mad at that.
And Wade.
Well, one of them's coming off. the list right
Jokic
now,
would probably be my number 10, looking at how this list is transpired.
Okay, well, it's looking like the chat's going with Moses Malone right now, but I will give you guys 2 more minutes to figure it out, chat. You guys got 2 minutes to go ahead and make it happen. In the meantime, we're going to read a couple super chats while we're figuring out who's going to be 9. So I got a super chat.
Is Moses actually winning the poll?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Run it on Twitter. Pikatron said, quote unquote, John Stockton, super nice with the pill.
Super nice. Super nice.
The games are available on the internet, guys. Go watch them.
Shout out Johnny.
Seriously, people are just spiting KD at this point.
I mean, we understand why.
He was playing with Steph, yo.
Yeah, we understand.
No,
Come on,
I
chat.
don't-
Chat,
no, I
do the
don't-
right thing.
I
Do the
don't-
right thing, chat.
No,
do the right thing,
but-
chat.
Moses Malone has
No.
75% of the vote, so keep going, chat.
No, I
Keep going, Chad.
You know what? People
Oh
hate-
yeah, I'm running the poll
People
on
hate
Twitter.
Kevin
Okay.
Durant.
Jack,
People
keep
hate Kevin
cooking,
Durant
Jack.
because of how that move was covered. People hate Kevin Durant because of how that move was covered and because of the optics of it. They don't understand the
Yeah, so you
rationale
understand
behind it.
why? Yeah, you understand why?
Yeah, I understand the optics, but it doesn't take away from the game. I don't give a shit about your optics. Your optics.
Right
are,
now,
oh,
right now,
he's a snake and
Moses
this
is
and
up
that. He-
73. Moses has 73.
Go on, Moses. 72 now.
Kevin
but keep
Durant
going,
is like,
Moses.
yo, Kevin Durant is the best scorer in NBA history. Can we get some perspective
No,
on
he
this?
is.
Not.
First of all,
Yes,
no,
he
is.
is.
No, he's
not.
not.
He is the
I
most
think
Well,
it's
you
Michael
get
Jordan.
riled up and say
I think
anything.
it's
I think it's
Okay,
Michael Jordan.
cool.
But,
Michael Jordan is the only player I can have a conversation about. Other than
A
that,
conversation?
Damn.
KD's a better.
So Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not in this conversation.
No.
he's too predictable.
Number one.
Imagine
boring
that.
as hell.
The fact that I'm
Number two,
imagine that I'm
what the
predictable
hell?
and you still can't stop me from doing what I do.
Kevin
Imagine that.
Durant is unstoppable.
Ox, I'm gonna punch you in your face, and you know I'm gonna punch you in your face, and I still do it anyway.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
not
that.
even cool. Like that's not cool at all.
Say what you want. Kevin Durant got a 3-ball. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is just feeding you tools.
Kevin Durant
Here,
doesn't just
take
have a
this.
3-ball.
Take this.
Yo,
Take
it's
this.
not just a
Take
3-ball.
this.
This is not a one-dimensional.
You fool.
Okay, first
I
of all,
don't care. Take this.
Do you
Getting
know
hard to
how
shake.
hard it is to go to a dude's team who is consistently seen as
You got a mouthful? I don't care. Take some more.
Oh my god.
Take that.
Steph
take that.
Curry 2015, 2016 was in he's the best player in the world conversations. Okay? Steph Curry by 2017 was entering, he might be top 10 player of all time conversations. And by the way, I think most of us have Steph Curry in our top 10. So what I'm saying is for a guy to come onto that
close,
dude's
close
team
enough.
and to be so clearly better than that guy
He wasn't
in
though.
his prime. Yes, he was.
Kareem
Get the hell outta here.
Kareem was just so your ass so shut. It keep feeding you.
You know
feeding
what?
you.
Nah,
feeding
you know what? It's like the media got their guys that they want to protect, and then they got their guys that they want to disrespect because they need clicks. And Kevin Durant disrespect sells tickets. But if you actually understand the game of basketball, if you watch the game of basketball and you don't appreciate Kevin Durant, give your head a shake. Give your head.
I think we all
Can we
appreciate
put KD
KD.
at
bro.
number
I think we all got big love for KD. I know I do. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got
everyone
love for
else.
KD. I think most of us got love for KD, and we all respect this game, regardless of the fact that.
So
we
why
know
is he
what
losing the poll? Moses Malone, Ox.
Well, he's
Well,
winning the
because
poll
the-
on Twitter.
no,
He's winning
Because
the poll.
Moses
chat-
Malone
chat-
was better.
Yo,
in
Pin,
the
Pin,
finals
he
in
was
two- in
Pin. He was
83
never
when he
losing the
was.
poll to Moses Malone. We are 100%.
There was no
sure on that,
poll.
like-
There was no poll.
No, there's a poll.
Oh,
There's
he's,
no-
he's losing his poll.
There's no
Kevin
poll.
Durant.
There's no poll.
What happened?
There's no poll.
Who took the poll down?
So
Oh.
KD won. But I am running the poll on Twitter, and KD is winning. So
All right.
By far,
81% to 19 right now, but small sample size.
good.
That's because Ron sold and took D Wade.
All right,
Just
y'all.
take
Well,
Moses, man. you know how pissed we could have had
'cause
Swiper.
I didn't want my bias to be in this. I'm not gonna lie. So
I got Jokic next, by the way.
I guarantee you one thing. Y'all could do this if you want. But Mars got Joker. Pin.
Yeah, I got Jokic.
Big Ox.
As much as I want to go with Dirk, I'm sticking with Moses.
Ron. Moses.
Man,
Chill.
I'm pretty sure you had Joker above Moses, right?
Who,
Nobody
In your
has
initial list. So
Oh,
this should be pretty simple.
Initially, he did, yeah.
I can. You talk about me or Chill?
No, we're talking about Chill.
Chill had Jokic at 6.
Yes, and he had Moses at 10, if I'm not mistaken, right? So
No
should be pretty-
information. No
No,
information.
there has been no information.
Did the
There has been
finals
no
get
new
replayed?
information.
You ain't never heard of no
To
information.
be honest
Did
with
the
you,
finals get replayed?
To be honest with you, I was going back and forth between Moses and Joker. I was.
Back and forth like a seesaw.
Yeah.
But then I reminded you how
Yeah,
Chill
I was
down.
going back.
Think of your
Moses
bro-
Malone swept them boys.
Think
That's
of
the
your dear-
Showtime Lakers.
Think of
We
Where-
talked about it.
Who did
New
Jokic play
information.
against?
Do you want Swiper to crash out?
Bam Adebayo.
Come
He
on
played
here
against the
and
We
yap
Believe
for
Heat.
35 minutes, because if you leave Jokic off this list, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Okay,
not left
Pim,
off
well,
the list, he's gotta
you
live it.
do it for Swiper. I'm not scared of Swiper. I'm gonna tell the truth. You could be scared of Swiper, but I'm not. I'm taking Moses over Joker because
We got 2 minutes to read 25 super chats. You're not scared of a 30-minute diatribe? I am.
I think Jokic played better than Curry. I mean,
Y'all,
he did.
y'all be letting Swiper bully y'all. Not me.
Chill. It's on you.
Moses.
Moses it is.
Moses.
The
Moses it
logic,
is.
Chill. How did number 10 beat number 6?
We have new information. I keep that's why I changed my mind. That's why.
What was the new information? The series
All I
was 2
did.
years ago.
There's no new information. I just changed my mind. That's all.
Okay.
It's the
Y'all,
vibe.
so just right quick, just out of curiosity. So I'm assuming Jokic would have came 11. Who would y'all have went with 12 out of 22 Steph, 06 Wade, Jerry Weston 69, and 11 Dirk?
I'm taking 11
Oh,
Dirk over 23 Joker.
I'm going with Wade.
I'll take Wade in 06.
All right.
I'll go
Even though
with
Steph-
Wade.
He was in his 3rd year or 2nd year.
I don't care.
I'm
I'll go
taking
with
Wade and Dirk
30.
over Jokic.
Yeah, I'd go with Wade or Steph. That would be my next pick.
Dirk over Jokic is just hatred at this point. That's cool. In the finals?
Hatred.
Yeah, in the finals,
In the finals. yeah.
implore you to go watch those games again.
I implore you to go watch the game.
I think it's interesting, Ox, that like, and I have to start listening to you more because a lot of the stuff that you say, I mean, it comes with legit logic. I keep forgetting that a lot of these dudes in the
Does
chat
it?
are kids. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting a lot of these dudes are like young kids that don't know their ass from their elbow.
Kids
They
can
really
be smart.
don't.
They can be.
Not a lot.
I think I'm quite smart.
I mean, if you put both elbows together,
But chill, the thing about it is, I think a lot of times, like teenagers or like in their older teens or young 20s, I think they hear that and they feel like you're trying to disrespect them. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I just think that you might be a little younger. And
Yeah, that's all.
When you're younger, you haven't experienced as many things, and that doesn't mean you're not smart or intelligent. You know what I mean? Not at all. I don't mean no disrespect by calling a youngster a youngster. You know,
Like this dude right here, FKA. There's no way you 45 years old and you calling me old. You around my age,
He old too.
right?
Both of you old.
You around my age and you calling me old. No way. There's no way you calling me old and you're trying to use that as an insult when you're around my age.
I think he knows he's old. I think he just knows both of you.
No,
I
it's
mean-
clear he doesn't. Because if
I
he
mean-
did,
FK,
then he wouldn't
FKA,
use
do you
that.
think you're old?
When you were 15, were you calling
You
people
old as
20
hell.
old? Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, if
That
you're
makes
old,
sense.
you're old.
all right, y'all. Let's get into these super chats. Shout out to all the old people out there. Shout out to all the young people out there. And shout out to everybody that tapped into the list. I thought we did a pretty good job at choosing the top 10 final series ever. Good.
FKA, no, never mind.
no Paul Pierce, bad list, Ron.
Yep.
No Manu Ginobili.
D3
No Jason
said
Collins?
Warriors trade come bucket for Derek White. Warriors get a high role player / third option. Celtics get a star caliber wing while Tatum's out.
Why would they make such a short-term trade? Like, I don't see the point.
Right.
Let's let Jonathan Kuminga be a star while Tatum recovers, and then when Tatum recovers, we do what with Kuminga exactly.
Star caliber wing.
Play him at
Where?
the 3.
So
Wait,
Jaylen
Tatum at
Brown
the
plays
4.
where?
Who's
Two.
the star caliber wing that they talking about?
It's a very interesting.
I mean, they got to shed some salary. I hate to break it to people, but they're not going to go into next year with their tax bill if Tatum is out for the whole year. So I'm not saying they're going to tear it down and tank and stuff, but they're trading somebody for sure.
Kuminga. I mean, I trade Drew and I have Kuminga. But
Yeah, well, who the
Drew-
hell is taking Drew Holiday at 34, 35 years old with that deal?
I don't know.
No
but that's what I'm
disrespect.
trying
He's a very, very good role player at this point. For that money,
It would have to be a good team that's trying to win.
Yeah, they think that. Drew
yeah, but they'd have to give up $30+ million of salary, and unlike 12 years ago,
Or it has to be a
just-
team. Or it has to be.
There
a team
just
that
aren't a
can
lot of teams with
absorb
bad
salary.
salaries. That's the thing. Who are you gonna convince? Like
Maybe a team like the Pistons
Denver?
or someone. Drew, I don't know.
Like if you list out the 10 worst salaries in the league, I mean, most of them are not on good teams. First of all,
That's Bradley Beal, man.
DBZ Stays said KD was amazing in 17 and 18, but Steph was the real MVP. It's easier to score when the defense is focused on someone else. Ask Ty Lue. And 2016 shouldn't have happened. The NBA and injuries caused it.
Are we saying that the defense wasn't focused on Steph Curry? Is that what we're
no,
trying to
they're
do?
saying
No, he's saying the
was
defense
focused
wasn't
on-
worried about Kevin Durant as much. That's what he's trying to say.
Because of Steph's gravity, right? That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
fair, isn't
what-
it? Like,
yeah.
chill. I think we're.
They saw.
I think Chill's talking y'all too.
They saw some fast break dunks that Kevin Durant got because people ran out to Steph Curry, and then they believed that Kevin Durant just was getting single coverage the whole time.
I mean,
Shout out
every
to
small
Real
forward
Gravity.
who ever played with Kevin Durant won Finals MVP except for Andrew Wiggins.
And
he
still
almost.
played with Steph, but
Gravity.
yeah, I mean, I think Kevin Durant benefited off of Steph Curry. Absolutely, I think anyone saying otherwise is wrong. I think Steph Curry benefited from Kevin Durant, and for some
100%.
reason that also seems to just get ignored in all of this, which is why it loses me. I do think that Steph's gravity created open shots for KD. I think Clay's gravity created shots for KD. I think Draymond's passing created shots for KD. I think Kevin Durant's gravity created shots for Steph and Clay too. I think Kevin Durant's post playmaking created shots for Steph and Clay. They could run split action with Kevin Durant. All of those things also happens. I just think I don't like the idea that it was a one-way street where Kevin Durant was just benefiting from everything around him and they weren't benefiting from his presence. That's where it loses me. But I also think that anyone else, any other small forward, put next to Steph Curry in the 2017 finals, I doubt they replicate the volume and efficiency that Kevin Durant.
Paul George isn't doing that.
I doubt
Carmelo Anthony is not doing that. He's
So-
not. Mm-mm.
But yeah, if you guys think that anyone could just do that, then
No.
all power to you. But I don't think many people. in
Wait.
history
Carmelo
have
Anthony's not doing what? Being able
What
to fit
Kevin
in with
Durant
that
was
Warriors
doing?
team?
No, he's not doing that.
35 on 55, 48, 90.
No, he's not doing that. Mm-mm.
The split
I'll give you the 35.
The
It's
split
just
fight
like,
won't look
nah.
exactly the same, but it
Yeah.
won't be too much of a letdown. You get Melo, you still win those rings and everything.
I mean, I think the defense is where you see the biggest drop off.
Yes, don't leave that part out.
No, I'm just offensively. I do think Melo could do some similar things. I do think he probably plays slower than KD did, which probably.
They had enough defenders too, Mars. They had enough defenders on that team so they could to where it wouldn't have been much of a drop.
Yeah, I mean, when a team goes 16-1 in the playoffs, I think that you can downgrade a bit and still win. I don't think they go 16-1.
And Melo's not really much of a downgrade. We're talking about peak Melo, right? That's
so. First of all, Harrison Barnes was a respectable, good starter in the NBA and continued to be a good starter. They replaced Harrison Barnes with Kevin Durant.
Everybody's doing that every day of the week.
Okay. I get that. I'm not debating that. I'm saying the team with Harrison Barnes, who again is a solid starter, lost 4-3 in the finals.
Sure.
To the Cleveland Cavaliers. The team with Kevin Durant went 8-1 in the next 2 years.
But they beat him the year before. Why do you do? I thought you were about to cook, Penn. They beat him the year before.
Why did you think that? Let me.
They won 73 games and set the record.
Well, they beat him the year before, and as you eloquently said about 2015 LeBron, his teammates were hurt.
But Penn, is Carmelo closer to KD or Harrison Barnes?
He's closer to KD.
Okay, I thought it was going to be a Nick Claxton situation again.
Right on, Penn. Right on.
Okay.
All right, so SSF became a YouTube member. Shout out to SSF. And then B True 23 said to get D Wade on the list, or to get D Wade on this list, the last 4 games you have to value a lot. He averaged 39 points per game and 8 boards with 2 steals the last 4 games. But with lists like these, it is nitpicking, so it is tough to pick 10.
Ron, just so you know, in that series, Dwayne Wade shot 7 free throws.
Hey, get to the line. Ain't nothing wrong with getting to the line. You get fouled, you get to the line. Now,
meanwhile,
all of those schools fouls? No. But
meanwhile, I got to listen to people talk about SGA as a free throw merchant. He shot almost 100 free throws in that series.
Were there free throw merchant conversations happening at that time?
Never. That was never.
People were just respecting the game back then and being like, "Damn, he's so assertive, getting to the paint. He's so assertive. He's so athletic."
Yeah, but chill. For the most part, most of the players were respecting the game too. It started getting bad, but for the most part, the players were actually going to score. You know, like they were shooting to make it. They were going and creating contact. They weren't touching somebody and then acting like a rag doll. They weren't just throwing the ball in the air.
I've seen a lot.
What I'm saying, Mars, is it started happening and it started happening more and more. But initially, I don't think the conversation. I don't think one day we just woke up and decided, you know what, we don't like free throws. I think one day we woke up and decided, you know what, that's not really basketball.
That's not a foul.
Trying to score.
That is not a foul.
Not only is it not a foul, but you're not even trying to score. You're just getting touched and throwing.
Stop doing that.
I think that was the difference. I don't think we just woke up one day and was like, "Hey, free throws bad." Nah, free throws are a good thing. They still are a good thing, especially if you're actually creating contact and going with intention to score the basketball.
But if y'all want to see more bullshit and foul baiting and whatever else it is, tap in with us tomorrow on Playback. We will be watching the Thunder play against the Pacers, Game 3 on Playback. We'll be there. You should be there too.
Notice Pascal's on the graphic.
Mm-hmm. I bet you won't be on the next graphic.
Pascal.
Any of y'all want to bet?
Merry Christmas, Joe.
Later, fellas. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Sure.
All right.
See you, Joe.
The next super chat we got is from Black Moon Swordsman. Black Moon Swordsman said, Mars said, was Jordan better than Hakeem defensively? Ticket TV said, that's up in the air. Ox, that's up in the air.
Was that actually a conversation?
Did this happen?
Yeah, was that actually a thing that happened?
I'm pretty sure it did. That sounds about right.
Oh, God.
Mars, you was just trying to start something or what?
I don't know. I don't remember this conversation, but the idea that it was up in the air, then damn, that's a bad take.
Hemi sent through a super chat and said, Detour, but when are we going to have an honest conversation on Duncan and KG's offensive games and how Giannis clears them peak for peak? Obvious hyperbole.
I think Giannis is better than them offensively.
I don't think he's better than Tim Duncan offensively, personally. That's just my opinion. I don't think so. Yeah. I do think Giannis is a transition demon, and that can give you a boost, obviously, because that is offense. So it can go both ways. I think I will say he's, as much as I think KG is underrated on the offensive end, I think we underrate KG severely on the offensive end. I would probably put KG third on that list as far as offense.
I'd go Giannis.
I think the fact that Duncan didn't play the crazy minutes or put up gaudy box score stats may dissuade people into forgetting how unstoppable he was on the block. And just like he just got off the ball a lot. It wasn't that heliocentric style of basketball where he's controlling every possession. He just played a team game. And I just say, like, when you need a bucket, he's a very short thing to get you one.
Pin to people, I think sometimes people also forget how Tim Duncan came into the league and how
great he was right away.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, and yes, he was obviously amazing, but I think people forget how quick he was in the mid-range. I think people forget that Tim Duncan used to put the ball on the deck a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Get in the mid-range and hit you with a bink to the rim, pull up.
He had a
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tim Duncan was nice. He had a spin move. He had a double cross. You know what I'm saying? He had a cross with a spin. He had a lot in that mid-range, and he had a superb touch. You know what I mean? Well, there was very limited what you could do to stop Tim Duncan. In fact, you just couldn't stop Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Multi Kenny sent through a super chat and said to give some insight into yesterday, kinesthetic awareness is more accurate term to use when referring to someone in motion or in the air. Proprioception. That word figures more with balance and positioning.
So my point was proprioception. If Kenny is attempting to correct that, it's not necessarily about Shea in the air. It's more like how Shea gets sensory information from his body in relation to other things around him. So from the ground to the other defenders, like again, like let's say Ox is backing down someone in the post, right? Every single time he bumps into that player, there's an amount of sensory perception coming back from his back, bumping up against that player. The amount of information that goes into your brain from that is the proprioception. It's like when you put your feet on the ground and like you can feel every single grain of sand and how you're able to position yourself relative to that. It's nerdy shit, but it really does matter for basketball.
Wait, so is it like the intake? Like if I'm getting hit, it's me receiving and realizing, like feeling the hit, or is it my reaction to that?
It's so like the example that I said on the block, right? When you backing a guy down, like how much of that information, like from the hit, are you getting? Do you have to see the guy, or you feel every angle, like, you know? So if a guy has his hand on your lower body, some people have a lot of sensory information coming from that, right?
What were you feeling when you were backing guys down in the post and they had their hands on your hips?
What's up, bro?
What was the proprioception right there?
Well, I'm okay. So if they're, I'm feeling like where's the force coming from? Like, are they trying to push?
Yeah, where was the force coming from?
Are they trying to push this way? Because if so, I can spin off my left hip. Or are they just shading this way? If so, I can go to the left hand jump hook. Do I not feel anything? Okay, then I'm gonna open up, because I know when I open up, I can pop or make a quick move. So I see what you're saying.
It's almost like seeing through your skin, almost, right? Like
okay.
Yeah. So that angle, like for instance, when you backing a guy down, you can't see him. So if he got his elbow right on you, some people have very, very poor receptors throughout their body, so they really can't tell what the position of the defender is based on what they're feeling on the bump. But if you could feel like, oh, they're angling a little bit left, boom, I got you.
Pin, I think more people can relate to it if you put it in terms of like wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like because I think more people probably like wrestle with like their cousins or brothers or friends growing up, and I think they more like, okay, if they're like grabbing my arm, pulling, I can do certain things based on that, because I can't really see everything that's touching me. You know what I mean? I don't know if everybody can relate to it from that standpoint, because I'm hearing where you come from. I didn't know that term, and I'm happy I know it now, because that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So when you said seeing with your skin, seeing with you, I feel that. Like I see where you're coming from.
So Ox, now that you know, what were you feeling on the bump?
That I'm about to go to work. What you mean? I'm not taking the bait. I don't care what month it is. I don't play like that. I hear what you saying, bro. And yeah, what I take is I'm about to cook.
Ron,
you better
attempt number 3 to
you better
get
guard me
canceled.
straight up.
Ron, you striked out.
You said he was backing down men and they had their hands on his hip.
That's just
I
defense.
have been in that situation
you ain't
many
never
a
played in the
time.
post?
Yes.
And then you asked him, how did he feel on the bump? So I'm just asking, how'd you feel on the bump?
I felt like you're not Hakeem Olajuwon. You can't guard me.
Did you feel like Moses when he had Kareem in the post?
Probably not. I don't think I've ever felt like Moses. Dude was
But
different.
Jokic on Bam, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. Sure. Alan L said, just noticed Ron head kind of little, not gonna lie. L host.
You should see this dude wrist. Talk about little.
Moving on to the next super chat. It's a members chat from iOS Inc. Shout out to iOS Inc. 32 months as a member. Salute to him. My man iOS Inc. said, I want to see some respect for Kevin Wayne Durant during this list. Please and thank you. He got
his. What did he get in at? 8?
Where did he get? 8?
7?
Yeah, 8, I think.
Hold on, let me see.
9. Okay. 9 is, yeah, looking at the list, I think 9 is fair.
I think personally, all people with Wayne as their middle name are future goats.
Please don't tell me Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, I already know
It's Scott Wayne Barnes. Yep. It's that Bruce Wayne thing, you know? Real Batman shit.
I don't know if I like that. I think they could have probably did, but Scotty Wayne,
Scott Wayne.
Scotty Wayne. Nah,
No, it's not Scotty Wayne. It's
Scotty
Scott
Wayne's
Wayne.
kind of fly.
So his name
Scott
is
Wayne.
Scotty.
The Scotty is like Scotty
Scotty
Pippen
Wayne.
Jr. No, the Scotty is because of Scotty Pippen Jr. Like you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
but I can't call you Scott Wayne. I could call you Scotty Wayne. I could get into the flow of that. Okay.
why can't you call him Scott Wayne?
Scott
There's
Wayne just
John
don't roll
Wayne.
off the tongue. You know what I'm saying?
John Wayne rolled off the
but he ain't the Duke. So we not even going. Come on, bro.
But
Scotty Wayne,
we know
Scotty
that.
Wayne, like I can hear my grandpa saying
Scotty
You know
Wayne.
what I'm saying? With his old country ass. You know what I'm saying?
Man, y'all seen Scotty Wayne?
Can't do no. Yeah. Something.
I ain't seen that boy in a month of Sundays. Where's Scotty Wayne at?
Scotty Wayne, get out that tree, follow breaker. No, I ain't got no health insurance.
88 Switches said, have y'all seen the video of Swiper getting pranked with smelling salts? It's on YouTube somewhere here. Y'all seen this?
No, I never even knew that existed.
Was that Australian dollars?
Yes, I would assume so. But or
No, what time it is over there? God.
No, wait. Doesn't the Australian show up as AUD?
AUS.
I don't know.
AUD.
What's $8? What's $8?
Yeah, I don't think that's Australian. I don't know, probably some crypto or something.
No, it's not crypto.
Shout out to
$8.
88 Switches. Let us know.
Yeah, AUD.
What exactly
Tank
is.
AUD.
Oh shit,
that's
it is Australian.
Oh, that's one question.
Shout out to Australians. Art sent through another $100 super chat and said, Duncan with that 14
Scotty
points
Wayne Jr.
ain't moving me. Jokic better.
Okay, Arch. Scotty Wayne.
Duncan
Jr.
03 was crazy.
Crazy. But shout out to Jokic for not making this list.
Arch don't know, boy.
War V Room. No, Arch is Bam. So the reason why he's saying that is because he felt Jokic in the post when.
Oh, yeah, he's like, yeah, because I was getting fried. Like, you know about to disrespect me getting fried. That's the top 10 performance of all time. Yeah, I feel it.
Okay, Arch.
War V Room said, not saying Braun was the best, but y'all were saying y'all would tax for competition. 16 was.
I don't know I can't remember what I said, but I'm just looking at how well you played. I think the competition plays a part in it. Like, if you're playing against like the 29th ranked defense, I think that's what I said. If you're playing against a bad defense and someone else playing up against a great defense, I'm going to value the better defense more. But in terms of like how good the opposing team was, like I'm only looking at your individual performance. So how did I think they matched up with you? But I think we all had LeBron 2016 top 3, which I think is fair.
Either way it goes.
Basically,
in 2016 he played against a good defense.
Yeah, we had him top 3, but I think he's saying like 73 and 19, like the best competition that anyone played, blah blah blah. Which I think is fair. Me personally, I don't understand how you can have 2016 LeBron won. I don't like if we're talking about just individual performance. I don't understand how that can be number one. But
I really don't want to tell y'all where I have Bron.
I think they're just trying to say respect Ben Wallace. I think that's all they're trying to say.
Oh, yeah,
makes sense. Well, why didn't he just say that? Anyways, Mo sent through a super chat and said, hypothetical, but who would be the GOAT if MJ, Kobe, or Bron didn't exist? Oh, that's
considering the GOAT is Bill Russell and those three do exist.
You know what I'm saying? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's already the GOAT.
Considering the GOAT is none of those three, and those three exist. It's going to be that same person. It's going to be Bill Russell.
Considering there was a GOAT before Michael Jordan and after Michael Jordan, and it was the guy that played before Michael Jordan in the 80s. Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of question that was. The GOAT stays the same.
Come on, Mo, lock in. We know it's not Harden. But Avery B sent through a members chat and said, Reese is the best rebounder in the history of the W. Top 2 rebounder seasons of all time. She has no touch, but neither did Rodman, Wallace, Gobert, etc.
When we say Rudy Gobert has no touch, it doesn't normally get met with as much pushback.
I wonder why. Oops.
But yeah, she is a great rebounder. She is.
Rudy Gay ain't like that.
Huh?
Sorry, Rudy Gobert.
Now Ken's doing it. Oh my god!
They don't know what Yolanda Griffin would have done to Angel Reese.
It's the man's name. He played for the Toronto Raptors and the Spurs and the Memphis Grizzlies
and the Kings.
Shout outs to Rudy Gay. He was a terrible basketball player.
Who was?
Guarantee if his name was Rudy Straight, Penn would be liking.
Yo. All right, YRN Quinn became a YouTube member. Shout out to YRN Quinn. Where Ox go?
He gonna crash out in private.
Cowboy Bob said a triple-double is a triple-double. Almost doesn't count. Game 3 Pacers offense will step up, but we'll see if OKC's defense can hold it down in the fourth. Go New York, go. Or can OKC?
I agree. A triple-double is a triple-double. I just don't think saying someone averaged 7.7 assists, you can say they damn near average a triple-double. I'm sorry. That just doesn't compute in my brain.
Find you a woman or a man who loves you the way that Bob loves his New York Knicks. Shout outs. This is go New York North. Go New York, go every day. They've been out of the playoffs for like a week. It's great.
Shout out Cowboy Bob and shout out Cancun for the Knicks. I hope they have a nice all-inclusive stay. War V Room said, I've always said 2016 Game 6 Finals is better than 2012 Game 6. This is LeBron's best game ever, in my opinion.
When you factor in the stakes, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I still can't put it over Game 1.
That Game 5 against Detroit was crazy.
That game was insane.
Was it Game 6?
They had a crazy game against the Celtics.
Was it Game 5 or Game 6 against Detroit? Game 6, right?
I can't remember. It was one of those, but we know which game you're talking about.
Yeah, that game was also insane. So.
88 switches sent through $7.99 and A again. He said the YouTuber's name is I'm Not Hey, and the video is titled Smelling Salt Prank.
I just watched it right now.
You did? Can you send it to me?
Bro, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
21 minutes.
It's the first 12 seconds.
Oh.
Well, I mean.
Oh, yeah, that is weapon.
It's a clip.
Oh, damn. And then the next clip I see is someone shaking the
So Swiper starts at 6 minutes and 34 seconds. There he is.
Hunter sent through a $5 super chat, $4.99 to be exact, and said, can't wait to tell my kids Luka broke Wilt's record because 73 is basically one-on-one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like 20 years from now, when Wemby's like the GOAT, I'm gonna be saying that Embiid gave Wemby 90. It was 70, but it's basically 90. Damn it.
Might as well be.
Yeah, go on, motherfucker jazz.
Ray B with the last super chat of the day said Ox and Chill equals L math students.
I think Oxford said he was bad at math. I don't know about true, but yeah, definitely had some questionable arithmetic today. But, yeah, it is.
All right. Well, one thing we got from today is new information. We've been new about that, but with new information, we know that 21, 7, and 7 is damn near triple double. All right, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow to do what we do best.
Merry Christmas.
In the meantime,
guys.
y'all know what to do with this right here. Talk to y'all later. We out. Shout out Arch.